Well, well, well. So we have a discussion going on now about one Caleb Downs. And some people are in their feelings about Caleb Downs now going from number 18 to number 13. And what is standing in the way of Caleb Downs getting number 2 is none other than Cobey Durant. And I've seen some arguments where people are saying that Caleb Downs should earn the number 2 because he is a rookie. Not sure that I necessarily agree with that. But nevertheless, if you were to tell me that this is the drama that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be dealing with in the offseason, I would say bring it on. Because this is exactly what Dallas Cowboys fans and the Dallas Cowboys need. A boring offseason. And I absolutely love it. Let's talk, Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Hey, let's go. If this is all the drama that the Cowboys are going to be dealing with, I love it. Because this is regular team drama. This is what regular teams deal with. Because of the grand scheme of things, it's not real drama. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this, as you come into this live stream, please hit that like button, share this content, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And yes, we are live. And if you haven't become a channel member subscriber yet, what are you waiting on? Oh, we have a lot of great content coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. Cowboys fans, let me just hit you with the real. This is exactly what we wanted. This isn't drama. This is like facetious drama. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you really don't get mad about. I mean, you just sit around and talk about this stuff and laugh about it. It's not drama. Let me tell you something. Some of the content creators out there may not be telling you. But, man, it's kind of hard to find content when the Dallas Cowboys are doing what they're supposed to do. Because when the Cowboys are really doing what they're supposed to do, they're pretty much boring. Dare I say, the Cowboys are boring outside of football? The only thing we can really talk about with the Dallas Cowboys is football. And that's why the Caleb Downs thing. Y'all don't buy into this stuff. Caleb Downs, the jersey thing isn't drama. Again, it's manufactured drama. People just don't have a lot to talk about. The Cowboys are doing what they're supposed to do. But nevertheless, let me tell you the things that we're going to talk about as it pertains to the Dallas Cowboys. And it's not drama. First, we're going to talk about Caleb Downs and that number 13 number. And that ain't drama. I'm not tripping. But I'll say this. I got to get used to Caleb Downs wearing that 13. I don't think he's going to wear it. This is why, for me, even though he's got one of the hottest selling jerseys, man, I'm not buying this jersey. I'm not buying Caleb Downs' jersey until the season starts. I do believe Caleb Downs is going to be in number 2 first game of the season. What's standing in the way of Caleb Downs is Cobey Durant. We're going to talk a little bit about Cobey Durant today. Cobey Durant got number 2. And so we'll talk about Cobey Durant because I think he was a very important piece on what the Cowboys did in this particular free agency. And then people are talking about, once again, who won the trade between the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. It's just going to be a quick hit. Then we're going to talk about Malachi Lawrence. Man, I am telling y'all, I think Malachi Lawrence still hasn't signed yet. I'm going to double check but I don't think Malachi Lawrence is signed. But Malachi Lawrence, man, I am telling y'all, I think Cowboys fans, I don't think it's people. I think Cowboys fans are underestimating how good Malachi Lawrence may actually be. I think a lot of Cowboy fans are underestimating it. Then we're going to go back to that Cowboys schedule. I think we got the 17 teams that the Cowboys are going to play. Probably going to be more of a quick hit. We're going to look at that. Then we're going to look at George Pickens. Something they said about George Pickens on Gil's Arena. I think you'll find that very interesting. Then I was listening to a podcast today with Brian Broaddus, and I forget the other guy's name from 105.3 The Fan. They had some very interesting questions that they were asking about the Dallas Cowboys. And one of the things they were talking about is Jaden Blue. So I want to play that part for you of the podcast. And then we are going to deal with the Cowboys' chances of winning the NFC East. There are a lot of people, man, when I tell y'all that people are high on the Dallas Cowboys right now, they are sky high on the Dallas Cowboys. There are people all over the place talking about they believe the Cowboys, with what they have done in free agency, what the Cowboys did in the draft, they are saying just with what the Cowboys have right now, they are saying that the Cowboys are so much more improved that they fully believe the Cowboys are not only going to win the NFC East, some are saying they're Super Bowl contenders. And this is one of the things that I would caution us Dallas Cowboy fans about. I know we are jaded right now, but I just want us to sometimes just again step back, look at what the Cowboys have done, and understand, I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but the Cowboys are going to be contenders in one way or another. So that's going to be the show for today. Caleb Downs, Cobey Durant, who won the trade? Malachi Lawrence, Cowboys schedule, George Pickens, Jaden Blue, Cowboys chances. And I left off a couple of things, and I'm going to add those in here, and I'll just put those in the timestamp. So when people go back and watch it, they'll actually get some of those things. So this and more today on Let's Talk Cowboys and We Talk Facts. Let's go. Let's get this quick roll call in. Let's see who's in the congregation today. What is going on, football fanatic? First one in the chat. What's going on? Football fanatic. He said Durant had 6 interceptions last year. Downs ain't did squat yet, making Mernon along with the rest of them. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. What's going on? Derek Jones. Dak Owens. What's going on? Dolores Ennis. What up? Lock and D. It's time to lock in. Angie the Rebel Chicks, my unofficial co-host. What's going on? Dak Owens, he said, welcome to Let's Talk Cowboys and We Talk Facts. Come in, hit the like button. Let your opinion be heard. Also, please keep the chat clean. Let's go. Carlito Cash, what is going on with you? Good to see you. Calvin, what's going on? It is the Queen. What's going on, Queen? Dak Owens said, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Everett, what is going on? It is my man, Dominique, the neighborhood skeptic. What is going on? Dominique said, I don't care what number he wears. I just want to see the better defense. Come on with it. Let's go. Let's go. Gregory Davis, what is going on? Andre Johnson, what's going on? God bless. What is going on? Demetrius Noel, what is going on? Good to see you. Ryan Heaney, what's going on? Good to see you. Baba Tunde, what's going on? 72 Chevelle. Pulling up to the congregation. He said, I wore number 72. Help me out. I think that was Too Tall Jones' number, right? JCT Slice, a.k.a. G is skipping comments. What's going on, JCT Slice? He said 18, I think, is a good number for him. I like that number just as long as he balls out. The number isn't that the important thing. All things considered, we still have 4. Let's go. Let's go. What's going on, Megan Sedone? Jeff Shack, what up? Good to see you. What up, Jacob Jackson? Gregory Houston, what is going on? He said, anyone notice that Caleb Downs' brother Josh switched from numbers 1 to 2? Oh, didn't notice that. Oh, and he'll be in and I believe Caleb Downs going to be in number 2. Mixed Matrix, what is going on? King James, what up? Big Moss Dog, what up, Moss Dog? True Texan, howdy. He said he's a rookie if he does not like his number tough. What's going on? Sub-Zero, John Henry, what's going on? Terry Tatum, Cowboy Mike, what up, Cowboy Mike? What is going on? King James said the 4-letter networks might have to go back to track and training camp because it's the training camp interceptions because they have nothing. Yes, sir. Guys, we are having a normal off season, and I'm loving it. We're having a normal off season. What's going on, Kentrell, please? What's going on, Chevy? Debbie Johnson, what is going on? What's going on, Phil Dog? What's going on, Real Vibe? What's going on with you? Marvin Mays, what is going on? Good to see you. All right, man, let's get this show started for today, man. Let me tell you something. I can tell you right now, y'all give yourselves a hand. It's best chat on YouTube. Y'all give yourselves a hand. I'm telling you right now, maybe I'm going to be the first one to tell you. I'm not sure. But let me tell you something, man. It's hard to find content out there right now. Man, we like the Sahara Desert right now with the Cowboys doing things right. Man, I'm telling you, I don't think this is the part. I don't think content creators, I don't even think the media. Now y'all see. Now y'all see why the media loves the Dallas Cowboys. This is why the media loves the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, even with the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini thing, they still can't bring in viewership like the Dallas Cowboys. And so even as it applies to the 3 and 4-letter networks, you're talking about radio stations, even content creators. When the Cowboys are doing what they're supposed to be doing, man, that content is dry, man. It is dry out there. It's dry. I'm telling you, man, you're not going to see probably as many people going live as you saw because as far as the Dallas Cowboys go, it's just not a lot to talk about because the Cowboys are actually having a normal offseason, and especially more normal than we're used to. More normal than we're used to. I mean, whether anybody likes it or not, Brandon Aubrey, done. George Pickens, people might not like what they did, but they did it. And it was within their right to do it. And so at the end of the day, George has already signed the tag. This is why even with George Pickens, I don't understand the drama. There is no drama no more. He signed it and he signed it early. Sounds like to me he's planning on coming to a lot of the things. He may not participate, but I think he's going to hold in. He'll probably hold himself out of some of the active things. But I believe with George being there, I think a lot of the players are going to really have a newfound respect for George just for showing up. So at the end of the day, guys, we're just dealing with normal drama. Because even when you think about Caleb Downs, man, Caleb Downs ain't complaining about no jersey number. He's not complaining about no jersey number. At the end of the day, this is just stuff that people are talking about. Caleb Downs is going to get that number 2 jersey. Book it. Book it. He will be number 2 by the start of the season. I'll be shocked if he's not number 2. I'll be shocked. But again, this is just stuff that people are making up. There's no drama. Even with George Pickens, there is no drama in Dallas. There's no drama in Dallas. And that's why you are watching the result. There is no drama. The only drama that is in Dallas is what's created in people's mind. It's the only thing. It's either what's in people's mind, what's in people's opinions, but no one else. They're not really... I mean, you're not even hearing George Pickens. He's not complaining about being on the tag. I'm sure he doesn't like it. But man, George is smart. George is smart. George knows what this is, and these are the cards he's been dealt. He's not tripping. So there is no drama. There is no drama. And so let's look at the Caleb Downs thing. You know, they've been talking, man, they were talking about this on the radio, man, and I was laughing. I was laughing because they're asking, like, who... They're laughing because they said, oh, man, who should be wearing number 2? I think this is the big question that they've been asking. And at the end of the day, If numbers are first come basis, well, at this point, Cobey Durant has every right to the number 2. And what we are dealing with the Caleb Downs, Cobey Durant thing, we're really dealing more with a principle issue. We're not dealing with drama. This isn't drama. Caleb Downs is too wise for this. I'm pretty sure none of us have to tell Caleb Downs it don't matter what number you wear. I'm sure his father has already told him this. The man got a very good father. Very good father, very good mother, very good family structure. I'm sure they're all telling him it's no big deal. And I'm sure he doesn't think it's a big deal. I'm sure he knows his ability doesn't come from wearing number 2. Doesn't mean that when he gets number 2, because I believe he's going to get number 2, because the way Jerry Jones thinks, and I think the Cowboys are doing this for a reason. Just let this kind of suspense build. It's just suspense. It isn't drama. Just let it build. That's all it is, just suspense. Just let it build until he gets to number 2. So the Cowboys, think about what they're doing with Caleb Downs. Do y'all know that Caleb Downs, I don't know, he may break a record. He was the number 1 selling when he was number 18. Think on that. Now he switched to number 13 and is still top 10. So what do y'all think gonna happen when Caleb Downs gets number 2? It's going off the chain. This isn't drama. This is suspense. This is suspense. This is building. I mean, everybody knows what Caleb Downs is. It's just suspense. They're building it up because these are the types of things that you would rather have on your team's offseason. Caleb Downs nor Cobey Durant, I guarantee you they're not even sitting around tripping about no doggone jersey number. I mean, come on, man. They're not sitting around talking about this stuff. This is what people are talking about. You know, this is me. I'm talking about it, just making fun. It's not even that serious. All right, let's listen to Bobby Belt. It is what I say, man. Y'all be careful out here, man. Y'all be careful out here in these Cowboy streets, man. Y'all be careful in these Cowboy streets, man. Y'all will be out here beefing if y'all not careful in these Cowboy streets. Man, sometimes these Cowboy streets can be treacherous, man. People will get you arguing about stuff that you shouldn't even be arguing about. Shouldn't even be arguing about. We be getting all personal and arguing about it. It's not even that kind of party. It's just the Joneses playing the game in a much better way than they played it in the past. I'd rather them be playing jersey games than all of these games with not be participating in free agency, terrible drafts, multiple contract issues. Nah, I don't need all that. This thing with the jersey, I love it. It's just fun. It's just fun. And please, Cowboy fans, be careful out here in these Cowboy streets. Be careful in these Cowboy streets. Just take it as fun. That's all it is. Even though it seems like Bobby Belt may be a little serious about it. Check it out.
Worried for Cobey Durant on social media that I went and looked up whether he had it. And this could be an instance of where if you want Caleb Downs to get his number because he's your new Cowboy Miho, if you know, you know, harassing Cobey Durant on his Twitter or Instagram, maybe it leads to him just giving it up versus a Caleb Downs negotiation. But I will admit, and I was a little bit, I didn't want to deal. I had my daughter's birthday yesterday, so I didn't want to deal with all this on social the rest.
Let's see. This is where this gets out of hand. Come on, man. Man. Why in the world would people be harassing Cobey Durant on X? This is nonsense, man. It's pure nonsense. Cobey Durant is playing the game too. Now, I'm sure he doesn't want the harassment on X. But if I'm Cobey Durant, I'm sitting back, I'm chilling in the cut because I know I'm about to get paid. I already know I'm about to get paid. I'm home. I'm just chilling, man. I'm sitting back because typically when you get these jersey number issues, the tradition is that whoever wants that jersey number, unless you are like Cam Newton, I forgot he got the backup quarterback cut from the team when he wanted a jersey. But they're not cutting Cobey Durant. They're not cutting Cobey Durant because Cobey Durant is going to be a big part of what the Cowboys are doing. Typically, when you want a jersey, you pay for it. I mean, you don't earn jersey numbers, you pay for them. A lot of times people pay for these things, man. They pay for a jersey. They come to a new team, they want a jersey, they pay a guy for it. That's what they do. That's what they do. And when you look, man, hey, Caleb Downs, what was it, $28 million guaranteed? I mean, how much is that number worth to you? I mean, bottom line. But I do believe Cobey Durant is playing the game. I'm not going to be surprised. Jerry Jones, somebody's going to come. They're going to throw Cobey Durant some money. He's going to have some extra money. He's going to have one of the most. He's going to have one of the most expensive jersey sales in history because when they pay him that money for him to give Caleb Downs that number 2, he's going to get that number 2. End of story. It's not even that serious. But man, come on, man. People on social media. I told y'all, man, y'all got to be careful in these Cowboys streets. You got to be careful.
That's the night. But I did think, and I almost tweeted, yo, tough S. Tough S. Kobe's a vet. He gets the number. This is the way it goes. If Caleb wants it that badly, he's got to pay up. But Cowboy Nation.
That's the tradition. That is actually the tradition right there. Okay, hold on. Let me see something here. Dominique. Hold on a second, Dominique. So what is Kobe? Okay, so you talking about Caleb Downs. Wait, I'm trying. So Dominique, you said, let me take your sister out and I give you that number 2. So you must be saying Caleb Downs' sister must look good. So you said that Cobey Durant should say to Caleb Downs, I give you that number 2. If you can convince your sister to go out with me. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Dominique, you know what? Dominique, you might be joking, but I'll be honest with you. Man, Caleb Downs' sister is studying to be a doctor. If I'm Cobey Durant, Caleb Downs' sister is attractive. She's of age. I'll be honest with you. Man, this might be this might be a way if you really want to shoot your shot, shoot your shot. Hey, man. Dominique, we could be looking back 3 years from now, man, and they could be engaged. You never know. You never know, man. Hey, I tell you this. If the man's sister was attractive, she's attractive to him, he want that. I mean, if he want to shoot his shot, man, this would be a great way to shoot your shot, man. Especially if she found him attractive. Boy, this would be a crazy icebreaker. Crazy way. A crazy way to go out on a date. What's going on, Q-Town? What's going on, Mixed Matrix? Robert Dudley, what is going on? What's going on, Bobby? Freddie El Chuco in the crib. Andre said they took number 11 and gave it to Parsons. Andre, I believe, don't you worry. Caleb Downs will be wearing number 2. The Cowboys are just racking up jersey sales. They racked up jersey sales on number 18, racking up jersey sales on number 13. They're going to rack up jersey sales on number 2. And in a few years, if Caleb Downs does what everybody thinks that Caleb Downs is going to do, those 2 jerseys will be collector's items. They will be. Dominique said, if I was Kobe, I know what you said. I know what you said. Hey, Dominique, you didn't notice what I did? I made sure I didn't say if it was me. I made sure I didn't even say if it was me. I made sure I try to keep it. I made sure I tried to keep it Cobey Durant, bro. Yeah, I'm like you, man. I don't want to be in the doghouse either. But I know what you're saying, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Hey, let me tell you something. If this is how we kind of looking at, we don't even know. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here, Dominique. This is the kind of drama I like. It's just a bunch of fun because at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. He gonna get the number. He gonna get the number. But, we're just hypothetically saying that if the man was wanting to shoot a shot in the system, man, this might be a good opportunity. Demetrius Noel said, gee, when you make the Olympics team, does anyone care about what number they are wearing? Yeah. And Demetrius, man, you know how some of these football players are, though. You know how some of these football players are. They different about these numbers. They different. Hey, Melvin, you ain't lying, boy. Dudes sensitive about their sisters. Straight up facts. Frank Lawrence said exact sales figures for CeeDee Lamb jerseys in 2025 are not publicly disclosed, but he consistently ranked among the top selling NFL player jerseys throughout the year. And Caleb Downs is killing it over there, bro. With 2 different numbers. And it's going to be 3 very soon. He will get that number 2. All right, let's check out some more of this thing with Caleb. He going to get that number 2.
Nation wants Durant to just give it up and let Caleb
Don't work like that.
in to his usual threads.
I don't believe that he will end up being this way because we talked about what's
being number 13.
No, like what's the scale
up, Mike Smooth?
for his ability? What's his floor? What's his ceiling? That kind of thing. I don't believe this, but we talked about his floor could be he's Malik Hooker. Like that's if everything goes wrong and he's a little bit of a disappointment, that's what he is. Malik Hooker, when he came into the league, would have had people going, give Malik Hooker his number. And then there would have been a thought of like, he's got to earn the number.
Nah, Bobby Belt. Nah, bro. Bobby Belt. Bro, I can't even give you this, bro. Come on. Nah, bro. I ain't giving you Caleb Downs as Malik Hooker's floor. Nah, bro. I can't give you that, man. I can't give you that. Even though I saw some stuff on Malik Hooker, man. When he came out of college, a lot of people talking about him. But yeah, Malik Hooker looked like he was one of them. Not like Caleb Downs, though. No. Caleb Downs. But Caleb Downs is different. And what separates Caleb Downs from Malik Hooker, it's not the athleticism, it's the brain power. Caleb Downs' brain power is next level, and everybody knows it.
Relax, guys. I'm just not handing over my number to him. Same sort of thing here. And I think Caleb Downs would, if he's not going to pay for it, would also recognize, like, all right, whatever, got to earn it. It's a vet's number right now, even if he's a little irritated by it, which he clearly didn't like 18 if he flipped so quick to 13. But
the weird thing about Durant is when I'm going and looking up his Rams photos, he's wearing 14. So it's not even like, I don't know whether he switched to 2 at some point in time, but that makes it even more irritating for the Caleb Downs fans. This isn't even a lifelong number for you. You came on over here and took number 2. You were 14 in L.A.
Who was so let me look over there. Do they have a number 2 that's just no? Okay, that's a nobody really that has number 2. So I don't know why he didn't have number 2.
It ain't that, man. It's just not. It's just not that serious, bro. I'm just telling all of us, man, y'all be careful in these Cowboy streets. Y'all will get ran over in these Cowboy streets if y'all not careful, man. This Caleb Downs thing, it's not even that serious. This is all, as they say, tongue in cheek. This is all just funny stuff. It is. Caleb Downs ain't tripping. I guarantee you he's not tripping. Caleb Downs know he's going to get that number 2. You watch what I tell you. Jerry is going to give this. Even Jerry, I guarantee you, wants Caleb Downs to wear number 2. Even Jerry wants him to wear number 2. He will get that number 2. Freddie Morales said nobody's worn Tony Hill number 80. You know what? I don't think a lot of wide receivers like that number, Freddie. That number was very popular during that time, but you don't want to see people, wide receivers wearing, as far as I can remember, 80. Robert Tully, he said she too smart to have a body like that. Hey, man, Caleb Downs. Dominique done already giving you the solution. Get you a date. Kelvin said number 2 will be his. We all know Jerry get the last say. Yep. Jerry gonna call him in that office. Give it up. Give it up. Incredulous, he said they run out of stuff to say on the radio. That's it. I'm telling you, bro, this is just made up drama. King James said, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. Deion Sanders. Yes, sir. I bet when Deion said that. Yeah. Mose Logan said, I want the 6'3" quarterback from Florida Moore out there with Downs and Revel and Bland in the slot. Hey, man, Devin Moore, he's my second favorite pick. Andy said it do work like that. They gave Mike 11. Did Cedric Wilson have it before him asking for Miss Matrix? I think he did have it. I'm not sure. But a lot of times people pay for those numbers. You don't just get those numbers. You pay for them. You pay for them. I don't know exactly how they did it with Michael Parsons, but typically when you get those numbers, they pay for them. Yeah, you pay for them when you come to another team. But at the same time, I'm not sure Caleb Downs is even making a big deal out of it himself. This is why I say it's kind of funny to me that everybody's talking about it, but Caleb Downs, he ain't saying a word. I'm sure he didn't want number 18. Tatiana, what's going on, Tatiana? Yep, Mose Logan, Downs' father said he just wearing 13 for camp. Book it. Book it. He will be getting number 2. His whole brand going to be based on number 2. Bass says, seem like this whole brand is going, yep, his whole brand is going to be based off number 2. Facts. It's going to, and I forgot who it was in the chat. They just pointed out that even his brother changed his number to number 2. So they're going to probably use it for something on the podcast. So, yeah, it's no big deal. But I'm going to tell you something. As we talk about, let me see. I had another thing here. Let me make sure what I got here. Okay, yeah, they're just steady talking about this number 2 thing. Let me see. Let's listen to these guys again on the fan. Bobby Belt is sitting in with them. They're talking about this number 2. I'm just telling y'all, man, it just goes to show you what is really going on out there with the Cowboys. I mean, it's just not a lot to talk about.
Maybe into training camp, but by the start of the regular season, I can't believe that when the season starts, all over Cobey Durant, who might be a good player for the Cowboys this year. I don't want to just totally rip on Cobey Durant, but Caleb Downs has a chance to be your best defensive player this year, and I don't think that's too far-fetched to say.
The face of the defense.
Come on now. The dude needs to wear his number. We got Caleb Downs rocking the 13 for right now, maybe into training camp, but by the start of the regular season, I feel like he's still going to be in the 2. I still don't know why this angers me as much as it does, but every time I see something like this, my blood is boiling. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous.
You kind of know what this means, right?
Ugh.
Nobody's going to step in. This is going to be up to Downs to negotiate it with Durant. Because if the organization or a coach or somebody was going to step in and facilitate this or require it from Durant, it would have already happened.
No, I disagree on that part. I disagree. I don't think they're going to step in yet. Why would you? Just build up the suspense. I mean, they already sold jersey 18. Now they're going to sell jersey 13. They're going to sell jersey 2. They're going to sell jersey number 2.
Right. I mean, where's Rich when you need him? Fix this, bleep, Rich. I mean, come on now. This is ridiculous. But
I'm surprised you don't want rookies to earn it, though. You're just going to hand the keys over to anything this guy wants?
Yeah. Caleb Downs? Absolutely. I'm handing the keys over to whatever he wants. This dude's a rare breed. I've talked about him in the same realm as some of the best safeties that have ever come through the draft. I'm going back to Sean Taylor, Eric Berry.
What up, JP the Goon?
He could benefit from some humbling, you know?
You don't think he sounds humble?
You hear what he told Chris Carter?
I love it. That's confidence.
I'm the best number 2 in the history of Ohio State.
Was he wrong?
You're talking about Chris Carter, Wolchuk, a wide receiver.
I think you're disrespecting
an actual
Caleb Downs,
touchdown scorer.
a national champion, a guy who never...
Hey, man. I think it was Muhammad Ali who said it. How can you call it bragging when you're telling the truth? If you say you the number 2, you the best number 2 in Ohio State history, well, maybe he is.
Allowed a single touchdown when he was the primary defender in coverage over 2 years at Ohio State.
Caleb Downs. What has he done?
What a natty. Was the best player in Alabama defense that resulted in a ton of first-round picks.
Listen, man, I'm with you.
I mean, I think this guy is just an absolute star. Hey, if you don't want to hear from me, Brian Schottenheimer. Brian, take it away. Keep glazing Caleb Downs.
The person elite, the intelligence elite. It's cool for me on the field to watch the ability for him to be going in any direction and how quickly he can get into balance.
All right, man. These guys got to calm down, man. These guys got to calm down, man. They have got to calm down. Freddie Morales said if Triggs makes the team, give him 89. Anyone who remember who wore 89, wasn't that dupe? Without Dupree. My man Mills is in the building. What up, Mills? Mills, we keeping you in the chat today. Y'all be easy on my man Mills. Mills is in the building today. Good to see you, Mills. The ladies are glad to see you too. Dominique said, Bobby Bell, chill, you acting sassy. Yeah, hey, Dominique. Hey, man. I know where you are with that one. Man, I've seen a couple of clips of Bobby. I'm just kind of like, okay. But, man, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry, I guarantee you. What's going on, Joe? Caleb Downs will be in that jersey, man. Caleb Downs will be in that jersey. But it is crazy to me, man, that people are harassing. And people got to understand something about how people are, man. Man, you got to realize, though, I'm pretty sure Cobey Durant knew the moment Caleb Downs was drafted. I'm sure Cobey Durant knew the moment Caleb Downs was drafted. He's going to want number 2. I'm sure he knew it. He knew he was going to want number 2. He playing the game too. Get you some cash out of it. The number, Cobey Durant. He probably has, I don't know, I'd have to really do some research. I just don't really think Cobey Durant has a real tie to number 2 other than the number is cool. or, and this is probably not true, but this is just what we do in May. Okay, that's what I thought. I think I did. Did I say Dupree? I think I thought I said Dupree. Hey, let me just tell you this. And again, this is just me totally speculating. It's probably not true. But what if Cobey Durant thought that there was a chance the Cowboys were going to draft Caleb Downs? Got number 2 so he could get that money in the future. Do y'all do know that people actually go out there and they buy, they used to buy .com addresses on, they used to buy .com addresses on purpose. They used to buy .com addresses on purpose so that people, when they would get businesses started, they actually didn't even have the businesses of the .com business. But they kind of figured that if somebody got rich or they got a business of that name, when they blew up, they'd have to come by that .com business from them. A lot of people did that. Dr. Dre, people used to do that they would just go by .com and all the addresses on the internet for that purpose. Again, this is me just heavily speculating. Well, I'm just heavily speculating because I don't even think he did that. But nevertheless, hey, he gonna probably get some money out of it. Demetrius Noel said, here we go with the foolishness about number 13. Big man, I saw somebody post that. Boy, I saw somebody post that. Said being bad luck because it was true. Matthias would have had a problem being Apostle 13. Matthias, man. Boy, I saw that. Boy, I was laughing, man. Man, I don't know nothing. Boy, people, hey, man, it's just, people just, it is what it is. Cameron Richards, the last 2 guys that wore the number 2 Tracy Hill, if I remember correctly. Oh, man. Hey. Calvin Richards, don't worry. He will not be in that, man. Appreciate that super chat. He will not be in that 13 by the time the season starts. He will not be in. What's going on, Texas boy? Oh, that's right. Gallup had number 13. Interesting. You know, people talk about the Madden curse too, and there have been people who have straight out endured the Madden curse and didn't get hurt. What's going on, No Face Thriller? What is going on? I think he's gonna get that jersey. I do. I just think he's gonna get it. I think this is just suspense. That's all I say. This is just suspense. They're gonna get him that jersey. Incredulous said, get 13 out of circulation. Fowler took a step back last season. Yeah. Mills, you might be making a very good point about Dante Fowler having a good season. And the reason why Fowler is probably going to have a better season, I think he's going to have a bounce back season. And I'm not saying he's going to be all pro or anything like that, but I think he'll be better because I think he'll be playing around better players. That helps out a whole lot when you're playing around better players. When you're on a better defensive scheme, you had a better defensive coach. So I expect nothing but for Fowler to be better. Now, let's kind of look at Caleb Downs. I mean, not Caleb Downs, Cobey Durant. Let us not hey, I'm over in Lancaster, JP the Goog. If you in that area, man, I'm over at the Cold Springs Church of Christ in Lancaster, Texas. Come on over, brother. Come on over. I want to pull up some stuff on Cobey Durant. Let me tell y'all something, man. This is all just a bunch of made up stuff. It's fun and games. It's fun. It's nothing wrong with having fun and games. Let me tell you something. Cobey Durant is going to be an integral part of what the Cowboys do this season. Let me see. I got an article on Cobey Durant. Somebody was talking about Cobey Durant is going to be a big part. Don't underestimate the importance of Cobey Durant. All right, let me pull it up. I had it, but I mad at myself. I put the wrong thing under. I put it under the wrong thing. But let me tell you something. Cobey Durant for the Dallas Cowboys. This dude's going to be a big deal. All right, if I can't find it, I can't find it. I had a good article on him. Oh, okay, here it is. Sports Illustrated, they're talking about this. This was written today. As a matter of fact, I find it to be ironic that they wrote this. Here we go. They wrote this at a time when people are kind of tripping about this thing with the jersey number. And like I said, I just think it's a bunch of fun and games. But I'll tell you this, too. People start trying to make Cobey Durant give that number to Caleb Downs. He might be even less reluctant to do it, even though I think he's going to do it because of pressure eventually from the owner. I don't think it's going to be with the fan base. But let me tell you something, man. They wrote a great article over here about Cobey Durant. Most underappreciated offseason move the Dallas Cowboys made in 2026. The Dallas Cowboys' unheralded signing of cornerback Cobey Durant could become one of the most important moves the team made this offseason. Let me tell you something, man. Cobey Durant absolutely solidified or stabilized the Dallas Cowboys cornerback room. He stabilized it because between Deron Bland, between Savon Revel Jr., you got a cornerback that coming into the season is going to be healthy. You also got Devin Moore. Do not sleep on Devin Moore either. Not to mention, you got Darion Kendrick. The Cowboys actually have cornerbacks that is Savon Revel Jr. and Deron Bland. I mean, the Cowboys did exactly what I said they should do. Go into the season like neither one of these players are going to be healthy. Deron Bland, Savon Revel Jr. They went into free agency and they went into the draft. And they drafted and they picked up players like those two players are not going to be healthy. So if Deron Bland is healthy, if Savon Revel Jr. is healthy, man, I'm telling y'all right now, we are about to have one of the all-time great cornerback battles for the Dallas number 1 and number 2 cornerback position we've seen in a long time. I'm in love with this Dallas Cowboys cornerback room. This thing is going to be competitive. We didn't get somebody like a Kyer Elam who we were hoping that's going to be good when he came in. No, Cobey Durant actually played really, really well, especially in the playoffs last year. Cobey Durant has proven that he is a playmaker. We'll see what Darion Kendrick can do. I'm excited about Devin Moore because of the speed, the body type, and the fact that he's going to be with Christian Parker. I think there's a lot of potential there. This is going to be a great quarterback battle this year. a great cornerback battle. It says the theme of the Dallas Cowboys offseason has been defense, defense, defense. An overhaul was in order for the Cowboys after they had one of the worst units in the NFL last season, which was the biggest reason the Dallas Cowboys fell short of the playoffs. I'll tell you, when you have the challenges we've had last year, there's no place to go but up. This was Jerry Jones. Had we played a lick of defense last year, we would have had ourselves, I think, a real playoff run. This is Jerry Jones. But it says here, one of the more unappreciated moves the team made was the free agent signing of cornerback Cobey Durant, who was mostly flown under the radar since being acquired. Most underappreciated move. Cornerback was no doubt a need for the Cowboys. They addressed it. It says, adding to that, Dallas had an issue at slot cornerback when the team didn't come close to adequately replacing Jordan Lewis. Huge mistake. Acquiring Durant gives the Cowboys some much-needed insurance at multiple spots in the secondary. The veteran has played most of his NFL snaps on the outside, but he has seen time at the slot, 682 snaps since 2022, even at box safety. Yeah, this dude is going to be an integral part of what the Cowboys do. Says over the last 2 years, he's posted impressive completion percentage rates of 57.4 and 58.6, has surrendered passer ratings of 80.9 and 85.6. Durant's Pro Football Focus coverage grades in that span are 61 and 67.4. Not elite, but those numbers are a breath of fresh air when you consider what Revel and Bland put on paper last season. So I want us to understand what the Cowboys are saying to us, and I've been saying this here for a moment. What the Cowboys are saying is that they believe that Christian Parker is going to make these guys even better. Christian Parker is going to make these guys even better, so I'm good to go. Angie said Durant the best cornerback on the team, so Bell need to call. Angie said so Bell need to call from that number 14 and give it to Durant his original number. Yeah. Hey, Marquise Bell, hey, he on thin ice right now. Go on and script that number from him, man. Go on script that number from him, man. I agree with you. Script that number from him and give it to Cobey Durant. Marquise Bell, give up that number. Give up that number for sure. Angie, I would have to agree that Cobey Durant might very well be, at least right now, Cobey Durant may very well be the best cornerback on the Dallas Cowboys team. He may very well be the best cornerback on the Dallas Cowboys team. And when you look at even when you look at Darion Kendrick, man, let's not sleep on Darion Kendrick. The Dallas Cowboys got a couple of these guys on this roster, especially in that cornerback room. They got a couple of guys on this roster that I believe they are coming here and they're going to push for some spots. They are going to push for some playing time. And I do believe that Darion Kendrick, Cobey Durant, they're already saying he's the starter. I'm not sure about that just yet. But they're already putting Cobey Durant at the starter position. They got him at the starter position. You got Darion Kendrick. I think he's better. Surely he's better than Triquez Bridges. He's better than Triquez Bridges. We'll see what happens with Savon Revel Jr. And then, of course, I'm just high on Devin Moore. Josh Butler. We'll see what Josh was playing really well until he got hurt. Kalen Carson kick cans. Kalen Carson can kick cans for me. I mean, man, Kalen Carson. Hey, man, you let him play during camp, but after camp, man, he got to go. If I'm not mistaken, it was one interception that kept him on the roster last year, man. He had one interception in the preseason and made the team. Nah, man, it's time to shake him too. But we got to see what the run blend is. We ain't heard a word about the run blend. We haven't heard a word about the run blend. But Cobey Durant, Angie, I mean, just looking at this on paper, I mean, Cobey Durant is the best cornerback on the Cowboys squad right now. I mean, DeRon Bland come back healthy. We'll see what happens. But right now, as far as healthy cornerbacks go, he's the best on the squad. He will probably start out as the number 2. He'll probably be playing some slot. Savon Revel Jr. guarantee you will be getting time at that outside cornerback too. I think they're going to still try to develop. I think they're still going to try to develop Savon Revel Jr., and I think he will eventually wind up in that lineup. Stewart Reddy may see some time out there also in that slot position. We'll see what he does. Stewart Reddy played okay too last year. I think he was on the way up, so we're going to see how all of that goes. But Cobey Durant, one of the underappreciated players I believe the Cowboys have gotten this past offseason. I think he's going to be good for the Cowboys. Yeah, he locks down the slot cornerback job, and I think he may play some outside for the Cowboys too. Deron Bland, I will not be surprised if Deron Bland, while he prefers to play outside, Deron Bland seems to play really well on the inside. I could see where the Cowboys could have him also on the inside, playing the slot and someone else on the outside. Jeremy Best said Savon Revel still be healthy this year. He's a year and a half going to be like, hold on, I see what you're saying. He's going to be about a year removed from that injury. Yeah, I know where you're going. Played pretty well last season under the circumstances, but I expect him to be ready. Yeah, we got to see what he does. But, man, it's going to be a battle. Hey, that cornerback room, it's going to be a battle. Sebastian says 7 new starters on defense. Players make the defense great, not the coaches. It's going to be a combination. You got to have the X's and O's to go with the Jimmy and the Joes. So if you get now that you got the players, now you got to coach them. Yeah, you got to do it. All right, let's see here. But I believe that number 2 is coming off of Cobey Durant. I think he knows it too. Angie, you know what? I don't think they will in the beginning. We'll see how it turns out towards the 6th and 7th game. But, Angie, I think Cobey Durant has to be your starter at this point. But, Baz, I'm telling you, man, Darion Kendrick, man, people better not sleep on Darion Kendrick. Megan Sadal, I'm better than Bridges. I agree with you. You are better than Triquez Bridges. Frank Lawrence said, G-Man, I'm excited about the Cowboys defensive front. Oh, yeah. Cowboys secondary looks good, and the opposing quarterback will end up on his back in 2026. Quentin and Kenny on the middle, guys like Rashawn Gary, Malachi. Man, we're going to talk about Malachi Lawrence in a moment. Man, people sleeping on this dude. They sleeping on this dude. Mills said it's going to be a competition in training camp. I see Durant and Moore starting, and Bland might be on the hot seat. Mills, I'm telling you, Durant going to push him, and I think Moore going to push him too. I think Moore is going to seriously push that cornerback room. Man, Carson shouldn't even be on the hot seat. He should be on the next thing smoking out of here, man. Yeah, Dudley Butler was playing well before he got hurt. But Kalen Carson, out, man. Triquez Bridges, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Them two, they got to go. Now, maybe they'll do better this year. But, man, they got to go. True Texan, Revel and Bland got to step up. Now, Bland, he going to get every opportunity. But Revel, man, Revel got to step it up. Demetrius said, gee, did the Joneses give Schoonmaker his... Did the Joneses give Schoonmaker his discharge orders? Not yet. They need to try to trade him. Problem is, I don't think they can trade him. It's going to take a package to get rid of Schoonmaker. I'm just telling us now, it's going to take a package to get rid of him. But again, man, I'm excited about Cobey Durant. All much ado about nothing right now on the jersey. I think it's just a bunch of, suspense the Cowboys are playing up. Just a lot of fun and stuff like that. So I don't think it's a big deal. Man, let me tell you, we were talking about this the other day, and it's amazing that show I did, I guess it was Monday, and a lot of people are now just now starting to talk about some of the things that I was talking about on Monday. And I'm sure that's because I'm not saying they're copying me. I just think there's not a lot of stuff going on out there because the Cowboys have been, in the grand scheme of things, absolutely boring for the most part, because they don't really have a whole lot of drama that people are used to going on. Doesn't mean they haven't had some drama, but it's not lingering drama. And George Pickens did exactly what I'm glad that he did. George Pickens killed the long-term, or at least for the foreseeable future. George killed the drama because he signed the tag, and not only did he signed it early. So there's nothing really left to talk about with the George Pickens thing. So they went back and they've been talking about who won the trade between Micah Parsons and the Cowboys. I mean, the Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys. And again, I am still of the same opinion that I had the other day on this. I don't think anybody can say, I think we can say on paper, at least on paper, the Cowboys have won the trade.
Regrets.
And I do think that people have to really understand what's being said here. I'm going to play what Stephen Jones said again. And what's that? Is it? Let's see. Hold on. I forgot the name of that show. They were talking about this today or yesterday. Because everybody keeps talking about who won the trade. And I think a lot of people are wrong on this whole discussion. Okay, I'm going to play you what they said on First Things First. They said a lot of crazy stuff, but let me let you hear what Stephen Jones said again.
On how that was handled. It took 365 days plus. Do you feel like you're on the right side of history there?
Yeah, we feel really good about it. Obviously, much respect for Micah and what he stands for and how he plays and the caliber of player he is. But, at the same time, we feel good about what we've added, via that trade. And you look at a guy like Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark, they're alpha players who not only are great players on the field, but they're leaders in the meeting rooms, how they go about their business in the off season, just bring great leadership to this team. As we mentioned, we add a guy like Caleb Downs, who's obviously the same type of character, he's going to make everybody around him great. Everybody's going to feed off of him. And then the pieces that we've added the last couple of years, we're fired up about Ezaraku, who was.
So let me go backwards for a moment. I think people, and I know I can understand a lot of us being jaded by the Cowboys. I can understand some of the skepticism, even some of the negativity when it comes to the Cowboys. But when we get through all of that and we just go back and look at it for what it is, I think where people get a little bit confused when they start talking about some of these players, and I do appreciate what the Cowboys are doing. We just got to let the cake bake and see if it gets us the dividends that we are wanting. But let us let the cake bake. The Cowboys are saying, and this is coming from this Brian Schottenheimer culture, it's not the ability of Micah Parsons. That I don't think anybody ever questioned the ability of Micah Parsons, even though you get some people who talk about that Micah Parsons couldn't stop the run. You can debate that all you want to. But if you listen to what Stephen Jones is talking about, when he talks about the Micah Parsons thing, he's not talking about the on-the-field stuff. He's talking about the off-the-field stuff. Not crimes. Let's calm down. Not crimes. What were the Cowboys talking about last year before they traded Micah Parsons, before they fined Trayvon Diggs, and they went through that whole fiasco? The Cowboys are very big on guys in leadership. Now, let me help us to understand something, whether we accept this or not. You don't have to accept it. I'm just going to tell you what it is. They are trying to go back to where they were in the 90s. They want a bunch of guys who are leaders in the locker room and leaders on the field that hold each other accountable. This is all they're looking for. This is all he's describing. And when you look at what they're really saying about Micah Parsons, the Cowboys were trying to make Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs into something that they were not. They were trying to make Michael Parsons into the Dak Prescott of the defense. That's not Michael Parsons. Really, it's not. It's not a knock on Michael Parsons. We just need to understand what Dak Prescott is. Michael Parsons is not like that when it comes to leadership. There are a lot of people who have been around Dak Prescott, and they will tell you he is arguably one of the best leaders they've ever been around in their entire life. There's not a lot of guys you can say that about, even in your own life. So the Cowboys were looking for guys who were leaders like the 90s Cowboys. And don't get it twisted. It's not like the 90s Cowboys, didn't have issues. But the thing about Michael Irvin, for example, Michael Irvin, we know some of the issues that he was having. But Michael Irvin never let that affect him on the field. It never affected him on the field. It never affected him in the locker room. He was a driving force of that 90s Cowboys team. When you look at the kind of player Emmett was, he was a leader on the field, by example, vocal, off the field. Troy, same way. I mean, you could even go on their offensive line when you start thinking about the Nate Newtons and all these guys. I mean, they were just, Troy Aikman benefited. Emmett benefited. Irvin benefited. They put Charles Haley on that team. And as crazy as Charles Haley was a leader. Not just on the field. He was an absolute leader. Some of the things he did in the locker room, I don't know if I could deal with some of the things he talked about. But when it came to playing the game and motivating the team, and even when you look on the defensive side of the ball, the unsung heroes of the 90s Cowboys, when you just go on the defense and look at all of the people like the Woodsons, the Kevin Smiths, and when you just look at the guys they had in the locker room, the Cowboys are trying to build an atmosphere to where there are a whole lot of alpha dogs in the locker room, guys who hold each other accountable to winning, guys who are not just enamored by the fame that comes with the Cowboys, but just guys who just flat out want to be dogs and win. This is what they're looking for. And Michael Parsons, while I do believe that Michael Parsons is a leader, I think he's more of a leader by example. I think that's what Michael Parsons is. Michael is that leader that, because of the way he plays, it will make other people around him from time to time play well. But I talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. I'm going to elaborate on it. But the problem with the Michael Parsons type of player, and this is the part I think people are missing about what Stephen Jones is saying. When you got a player like Michael Parsons, who is as elite and talented as he is, the problem with a player like him, your entire defense suffers when they take him away. Your entire defense suffers when they take Michael Parsons away. And this is what teams would do on a regular basis. They would take him away. In big games, teams found ways to take Michael Parsons away because you didn't have enough around him. And this is why Michael Parsons, we got to wait and see how this trade and everything turns out in the long, and probably over the next 2 years, because Parsons' deal will be up in the next, 3 years. So it's really the next 2 years that we're looking at. This is why when we were watching Michael Parsons play with the Green Bay Packers, I really saw Michael Parsons doing some incredible things with the Green Bay Packers because they had a better team around him. The Green Bay Packers was actually allowing Michael Parsons to just run wild. They were putting him in different spots on the field. He was rushing from different positions. Michael Parsons was going wild with the Green Bay Packers. But why? Because their defense is better. Better players around him. Michael was probably about to be better in Green Bay than he had ever been in Dallas. Because the Packers, and especially before they started getting injured, they had so many players around Michael Parsons that he could just do what he does. And even the players in Green Bay, Michael was leading by ability. People respected his ability. And that's what got them going also, was Michael Parsons' ability. And he was hard to stop with Green Bay. I mean, just going back and thinking about it and looking at it, man, Michael was hard to stop with Green Bay. When they were healthy, hard to stop. Hard to stop, man. When you got a defense, when you got players around Michael, and I saw somebody today said that the Cowboys could have got and made some of the same moves around Michael. No, they couldn't have. It was going to take longer to do. That's the issue. It was going to take longer to do. It was going to take longer to do because there is no way you're getting Quinnen Williams with Michael Parsons on the team. You're not getting Quinnen Williams. What player would you have been able to trade for Quinnen Williams? Who? And have Michael Parsons? Who? Who are you trading for Quinnen Williams? Who are you trading for Kenny Clark? Who? You might could have traded Oso Digizua for Kenny Clark, but you definitely not trading Oso Digizua for Quinnen Williams. Who can you trade to get Quinnen Williams? Tell me how serious you are about a Super Bowl by showing me who your defensive tackles are and your offensive tackles are. That's how I know how serious you are. Michael Parsons with Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark, I would tell you right now, book it. We're going to the Super Bowl. But it wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. You were not getting these players. Not to mention, when you look at the players they got in the draft, you're not getting Malachi Lawrence. You're not getting LT Overton. You're not getting Devin Moore. When you look at the fact the Cowboys got 5 players from the Michael Parsons trade, it's hard to argue. It really is. It's just hard to argue. Because the trajectory we were on is that, okay, we would have paid Michael Parsons. But how much better would we have been? How much? Michael Parsons, he probably would have got his 13, 14, 15 sacks even. Michael Parsons would have continued to be the defense for the Cowboys. But when a team would take him away, the defense would crumble. The Cowboys are trying to solve a fundamental problem, and I think they are on their way to solving it. One, stopping the run. We haven't done that before Michael Parsons. It's not Michael Parsons' fault. We hadn't done that before Michael Parsons. We haven't stopped the run in 15, 20 years. It's hard for me to remember the last time we've been able to stop the run. It's not a Michael Parsons problem. It's been a fundamental problem in philosophy with the Dallas Cowboys. Even with Dan Quinn, we couldn't stop the run. So the Cowboys, they went and got a new defense coordinator. They went and got players who they believe that they might not be Michael Parsons individually, but they may be able to do some of the things that Michael Parsons did collectively. Malachi Lawrence, Rashawn Gary. Hopefully Donovan Ezaraku takes a step. I mean, believe me, the Cowboys got plans when you look at what the Cowboys have done as far as that defensive front goes. And hopefully that when you add Rashawn Gary when you add him to Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams, well, the expectation is that Rashawn Gary should actually benefit. Should benefit from being with Quinnen Williams. And at the same time, Malachi Lawrence should benefit from being with Rashawn Gary, Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark. The Cowboys have totally rebuilt their defensive front. They've totally changed their philosophy. And so people are missing. I don't think they're necessarily taking shots at Michael Parsons, because I'm telling you now, Jerry Jones loved Michael Parsons. I don't think they're taking shots at Michael Parsons. When he says that we're on the right side of history, I hate that term when people use it, but I know what they're saying. What he is saying is that as long as Michael Parsons was here, we're going to have a hard time building around him. But now that he is gone and the trades that we got, we were able to get more players. We were able to get more players that we believe that are going to be able to help us to do some things that Michael Parsons couldn't do by himself. That's what they're saying. And I think sometimes, that's why I tell you, man, you got to be careful in these Dallas Cowboys streets, man. You get ran over out here in these Dallas Cowboys streets. You start getting a little bit personal on these things, and you will miss some points. I mean, 2, 3, and 4 things can be true. Failure for 31 years, true. Bad cap management for years, true. Haven't been to, all of those things can be true. But we can't, because of the past, overlook the present and say, okay, looks like the Cowboys are finally doing some things right. And the Michael Parsons thing, what I'm mad about is the timing. Because if the Cowboys would have been able to put Parsons out there before the draft, I don't care what they say. I don't care what Jerry Jones says. If they'd have put Michael Parsons out there before the draft, oh no, they would have got players. No, they would have got way more players, I believe. I believe they get draft picks and players. I do. But again, just listen to what Steven is saying. Sometimes people take this as a knock on Michael Parsons, but I don't think this is a knock on Michael Parsons as much as it is the Cowboys are saying that, no, we had to do something different because it wasn't going to work the way we were doing it.
Go about their business in the offseason, just bring great leadership to this team. As
Notice, all of these players, great leadership. Caleb Downs in particular. And he's going to be the Dak Prescott of the defense. He will be the Dak Prescott of the defense.
You had a guy like Caleb Downs, who's obviously the same type of character. He's going to make everybody around him great. Everybody's going to feed off of him. And then the pieces that we've added the last couple of years, we're fired up about Azaraku, who was a second-round pick for us last year, who I think it's all in front of. I just feel very optimistic that we have the right pieces in place to go out and, that ultimately, the decision we made was, that one player is not worth, 4 or 5 good ones. And we feel like that's where we're going to end up here and in a good spot. And, we had that opportunity there and didn't feel like we were one player away last year. But I certainly feel like we're putting the pieces together, to give us an opportunity to go do what our fans deserve, what we want, which is to go try and win the big trophy.
You look back.
Yeah. And not to mention, man, I'm just telling you, it's not my money. It's not my money. But what they are paying these edge rushers right now, shoot, I'm telling y'all up front, shoot, man, if I was somebody, if I was a team, let me tell you what I believe about this whole thing about these edge rusher contracts. Some people are not going to agree with what I'm about to say. But let me show you these edge rusher contracts as I say this. I believe that the Dallas Cowboys did the right thing in trading Michael Parsons. But hold on. But I also believe the Green Bay Packers did the right thing in trading for Michael Parsons. And not only do I believe the Green Bay Packers did the right thing, but I also believe that the Houston Texans did the right thing. And let me explain to you why. Why do I say that the Dallas Cowboys did the right thing? Because Stephen Jones is exactly right. The Dallas Cowboys were not one player away. If the Cowboys would have signed Michael Parsons to a $186 million deal, $46.5 million average per year, $136 million guaranteed, total guaranteed, fully guaranteed $120 million. They were not one player away. Green Bay Packers, on the other hand, I don't blame them for believing that they were one player away. I don't blame them because we have literally watched the Green Bay Packers go from, whether it be the first round, second round, NFC Championship game, we have watched the Packers get close, but no cigar. They truly believed that Michael Parsons was that player. At least last year. I just think it was a great trade. They believed he was that player that could take them over the top last year. Unfortunately, he got hurt. And I think last year was a better chance for them than it was, or than it's going to be this year, because other teams are going to be better than what they were last year. So I think the Green Bay Packers are going to have a harder time going forward winning that quote-unquote Michael Parsons trade than they had before. But last year, I really don't blame the Green Bay Packers because they thought they were one player away. I don't blame the Dallas Cowboys because the Dallas Cowboys were not one player away. Even had they signed Michael Parsons, man, they were a long way away from getting a Kenny Clark, a Quinnen Williams. Even when you think about what they got in the draft, they were a long way away from getting that. And the reason why I bought the Houston Texans up, that defense has been Super Bowl level for now 2 years. I mean, come on, you might as well sign this dude. You might as well extend this dude. You got Danielle Hunter, now you got him. You might as well extend him because I think they're playing it right. I think they're playing it right. They have C.J. Stroud on a 5th-year option. We over here mad about the Cowboys got George Pickens on a non-exclusive franchise tag. Man, what do you think C.J. Stroud is thinking right now? Man, this dude is about to play. Isn't it a 5th-year option he's about to play on? It makes me wonder if C.J. Stroud will have more of a sense of urgency playing on that 5th-year option, knowing that's the only way he's going to get that big payday. And that might be the very thing that could propel the Texans to being in the Super Bowl. Because the defense has been good enough. It's been good enough. And so when you got a team like the Texans and the way they've been playing, I don't blame you when you sign a guy like Will Anderson. I actually don't blame the Green Bay Packers in the grand scheme of things because they thought last year they were going to cash in on that joint. I believe the Green Bay Packers thought they were cashing in last year. Now, the problem is we don't know what Michael Parsons is going to look like off that ACL. And if he does get back to Michael Parsons, how soon? Typically takes a player a year. Typically takes a player a year to come back off those, and be very efficient. Angie said, we know Shotty feels how he feels about Bland. He thinks he's a lockdown quarterback. Angie, do you really think he believed that, or is that him just talking because the Cowboys went and locked up DeRon Bland with that crazy contract? He thinks he's a lockdown quarterback. As he spoke about Bland, well, we're going to see once again when the season starts. Angie, I'm wondering about if he actually believes that. I'm really wondering. I'm serious. I'm really wondering if he believes that DeRon Bland is a lockdown quarterback. Frank Lawrence presents Super Chat. He said, look at the trade from Green Bay perspective. Green Bay are stuck to overpaying Edge, $188 million, who was out indefinitely, may never be the same player. Kenny, Quinnen, Malachi, left tackle, Devin. Yeah. And Frank Lawrence, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't blame Green Bay. I mean, when you look at how they were playing defensively, the other issue with the Green Bay Packers is that doggone offense was stinky. It was stinking it up in a lot of games. It was stinking it up. But before Michael Parsons went out, they were looking pretty good. But that's why you play the game. You got to see it all the way through. Real Estate Vet, appreciate that Super Chat. He said, guess what? The Green Bay defensive line are now with us. Yep. And I'm telling y'all now, man, that Michael Parsons trade wrecked the Green Bay Packers draft. Wrecked it. It absolutely wrecked it. It wrecked it. They're not the same team. So now they got to do more with less. They've almost put Michael Parsons, unfortunately for Michael Parsons, they've almost put Michael Parsons in a similar situation that he was, dare I say, with the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to see what the rest of their players look like, but when he first got there, they were loaded. That defense was loaded. I mean, Rashawn Gary was balling when Michael first got there. Michael went down, and this is where I say Michael makes teams with players better. Before they got started getting decimated with injuries on defense, oh man, they were looking like it was lights out, like it was going to be over. Like it was going to be over for everybody with Michael Parsons on that team. So I believe what all three of those teams, I threw the Houston Texans in there, I believe what all three of those teams did, it was probably right for the time that they did it. Bass said, gee, and that's why I say Dallas won the trade. We fleeced the Packers. They thought Michael was that one player away guy. Yep. Not laughing at his injury, but laughing at the opponent's delusion. Bass, I tell my wife every year, football is a battle of attrition. See, you trade for a player, and people don't like when Jerry was saying this. Do y'all remember when Jerry was talking about signing Michael Parsons? He was saying, just because you sign a player, don't mean you're going to have him the whole year. Nobody's going to remember that Jerry Jones said it, but he said it. And everybody was mad. Ooh, Jerry, I'll not say stuff like that. And guess what happened? It's the one thing you never think about when you pay a player that kind of money. You never think the battle of attrition. You never think about a person that you traded for could get injured. And how do you account for, okay, so what if Michael Parsons get injured? How do you account for it? When you got a player who is that elite at what he does, how do you account for him? You don't. If he was that player that was the difference between you going to the Super Bowl and you staying at home, your buddy home once he get hurt. Not laughing at the injury. Just laughing at you have to understand that if he was what you had all of your chips pushed into the middle of the field on, shoot, well then once he gets hurt, it's over. Jerry Jones talked about this again this past offseason. You know, you think you got a player he's going to play and then he winds up getting hurt. What do you do? What do you do? It's tough. Real estate vet, he said, guess what? Yeah, the Green Bay, I've already read this, but I'll read it again. The Green Bay Packers line is pretty much with us. It is. Yeah. Mills said, well, we didn't get an edge in the trade. We ain't making the playoffs. No, hold on. We're gonna talk about this next player now. I think we're underestimating Malachi Lawrence. And Mills, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what else that everybody is underestimating. BT Jordan, pass rush specialist. Almost every pass rusher that comes out of the draft, a lot of the pass rushers in this league, they call BT Jordan to help them to learn how to rush the passer. BT Jordan had the Denver Broncos on fire. Those guys broke a record with sacks last year. Well, BT Jordan is with us, along with Christian Parker. Some of these players that we have, they're going to be better because of the coaching. JCT Slice said Downs could be our best safety since Roy Williams. I think he's going to be better than Roy Williams. I think he should be better than Roy Williams. Roy Williams was a hitter. That's what Roy was. Roy was more of a hitter. I wouldn't consider Roy being that all-around safety. Demetrius said, yeah, I play soccer, and that's why I never choose a goal scorer over a striker, because a striker creates his opportunities, a goal scorer doesn't. Yes, sir. I feel you on that. Yep, that's what I was just saying, Mills. Yeah, Williams, he wasn't, I don't really remember him being a cover guy, but he could hit, boy. Boy, he could hit. There will be blood. Everything is pure speculation until we play in that first scrimmage as GC. Oh, yeah. Hey, there will be blood. I said this the other day. I'm telling you now. My litmus test is going to be that Rams scrimmage at Oxnard, California. Boy, because I remember last year, boy, they ripped us every which way from loose. Everybody making up excuses, including me. Oh, man. Y'all heard what I said? Including me. Including me. Yeah, man, it was just a scrimmage. Shoot, scrimmage. scrimmage. You can call it what you want to. You can call it a sandwich if you want to. Man, the Rams showed us exactly what we were going to be the whole year. They showed us exactly what we were going to be. Terry Tatum said, yeah, I hope Dante Fowler be better this year. Oh, he's with the Seahawks. He'll look better with players. I believe he'll look better with players. Yeah, JCT Slice. Yeah, Roy Williams struggled in coverage, but man, he clocked guys. Yeah, he could hit. Yeah, he could absolutely hit. Yeah, Cowboy Rob said Roy was a safety and a linebacker body. Yeah, he could hit, man. He really could. Bernard Field said Jerry put roots on Michael boy. Yeah, Reginald Trudeau, again, on paper, the Cowboys, this is why I say you can't really say yet the Cowboys have won the trade. But if you just look at pound for pound, when you kind of look at what they got, the Cowboys have won the trade on paper so far. They have won the trade on paper. But we got to get it on the field. That's all we got to do. We got to get it on the field. Dominique said, would I love Max and Miles here? Yes. But as long as they're getting the quarterback, I'm going to trip. As long as we're getting to the quarterback, I'm not going to trip if none of the players get 10-plus sacks individually. Just get pressure and force turnovers. Dominique, BT Jordan's going to help us with that. Yeah, BT Jordan is going to help us with that. So again, man, this thing on the trade, everybody keeps talking about it. It's one of those things I say we got to wait on. We just got to wait on who won the trade. And we're not going to know for another 2 years. Well, we could know this year if one of them get to the Super Bowl, but then we still got to wait because what if one of them gets to the Super Bowl this year and the other one gets to the Super Bowl next year? Who wins? It's a draw. Yeah, man. Fowler went to the doggone Seahawks. Yeah, he went to the Seahawks. Yeah. But y'all got to understand something about the Seahawks. They're not going to be the same team either. Seahawks are not going to be the same team either. They're not going to be the same team. The Seahawks did hardly nothing in the draft. And they did lose some players too. So I don't think you're going to be looking at the same Seahawks team. I think they're going to struggle a little bit this year. They're going to struggle a little bit this year. Man, you know what, Oddball JC? Byron Jones was an athletic freak. But that dude couldn't get turnovers, and he couldn't get turnovers to save his life, bro. This dude couldn't get interceptions. He couldn't get turnovers to save his life. I mean, you would think with that athletic ability that dude would have been just off the chain when it came to stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, he could shut down a cornerback. But when it came to getting turnovers, he just wasn't that good in Dallas when it came to that type of stuff. And I believe that's one of the reasons why the Cowboys are willing to let him go. He just couldn't get the turnovers. All right, let's look at this thing on Malachi Lawrence. I was looking at some stuff again on Malachi Lawrence. And let me mention this as we begin this conversation about Malachi Lawrence. I think some of us may be underestimating Malachi Lawrence. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind the Cowboys bringing in some veteran help for Malachi Lawrence. These are the best edges available out there. These are the best edges available out there, courtesy of HTM Sports. These are the best edges available out there. Joey Bosa, Jadeveon Clowney, AJ Epinesa, pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, Cam Jordan, Von Miller. Of these 5 edge rushers, who would you like to bring to Dallas? Who would you be happy with if the Cowboys brought this particular one in to stabilize the Dallas Cowboy edge room? Who would you like? I'm struggling on all 5 of them for various reasons. I'll start at the end. Y'all tell me what y'all think. My man Poopy D. What up, Poopy D? What up, we them boys? Yep. Our secondary is going to be better. All right, Poopy D, help me out here. Help me out. There will be blood. Don't rule out Jordan Brooks. The Cowboys have already circled the block twice. Let's see if they'll circle the block a third time. Let's see if they'll do it. All right, I'm struggling. Y'all chime in. I see people talking about Joey Bosa, JP the Goog. He said Joey Bosa. Let me see here. I got a couple of others in here. Glenn Harrison, he said bring back Clowney. Y'all throw him down in the chat. The chat. Chevy, what's going on? He said Von Miller. JCT, he said Cam Jordan. He said bring in Cam Jordan. 72 Chevelle said bring in Cam Jordan. I'll tell you why I'm struggling. What's up, Mr. Get Dirty? Ron Hanna, what up? What up, my brother? What up? I'm struggling with Jordan and Miller because they're older. I'm struggling with those two. But if you don't need them to play every down, Von Miller and Cam Jordan could be very disruptive. And again, somebody mentioned Cam Jordan can really play in the run. AJ Epinesa. AJ, I'm going to call him AJ. Y'all forgive me. I don't really know enough about him to say anything good or bad about him. I don't really know enough. What's going on, Nick Burston? Kelvin, he said none of them. He said they all old. All right, hold on, though. Hold on, Kelvin. We're not talking about the start. We're just talking about just for some spot work. I don't know enough about AJ. I really like Jadeveon Clowney. I think he's got something left in the tank. I think he could actually play in this system with Christian Parker. I think Jadeveon Clowney could play. I'm very worried about Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa's injury history, it's just he just hasn't been the same since the injuries. Just hadn't been the same. So I would probably mark Joey Bosa off the list, and it would probably be down to these other four. Jadeveon Clowney, like what I saw last year, I think he'd be better if you brought him in training camp. Von Miller, it'd have to be the spottest of spot work if I brought in Von Miller. I do think Von Miller can still rush the passer. Cam Jordan, I think he might have a little bit more left in the tank than people believe. And then y'all tell me about AJ. Y'all tell me about AJ from the Buffalo Bills. Okay. Glenn Harrison, he likes Clowney. Doomsday, he likes Cam Jordan. He said he's better than. He said Cam Jordan is not better than Clowney. So I guess he's saying Clowney is better than Jordan. Okay. Mill said Von Miller had 9 sacks in limited role. Queen, she said she would love to have Clowney back. Dominique said just being Von Miller and the only play him on passing downs 20 plays a game. Yep. Kippy! What up, Kippy? Kippy just come right into the chat. He said, gee, nope. He said, none of these old Kippy, when I was growing up, instead of using the N-word, we had a babysitter. She would call us nickels. Like the nickels that you spend. Yeah, she didn't call us the N-word. She was trying to say the N-word, but she couldn't say the N-word. So she would call us nickels. So I'm gonna just say you said not those old nickels, huh? Not them old nickels. I see you. Yes, sir. You said them nickels. The nickels are too old for us, huh? Yeah. Now again, understand what I'm saying. Not as a starter. Maybe spot work. You know what I'm saying? Nick Burson said he good on off. Nick Burson said he good on all of them too. He said he good on all of them, boy. Frank Lloyd said bring back Clowney. Yeah, definitely no Bosa, man. Bernard Field said no Joey bedside Bosa. Demetrius said, G, did Cowboys remember Von Miller when he played against Cowboys last year? I heard his name once in both games on 3rd and 17. Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Clowney. Spot work only. What's going on, Richard? Spot work only. There will be blood. He said spot work would be Clowney. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Clowney on spot work. Yeah, Dudley said if Clowney got 5 to 6 sacks, I'm cool with it. I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Okay, Dominique, he said I'd give Cam Jordan a look. Yeah. I think Cam Jordan may have a little bit more left in the tank. King Gresh, what up, G? He said, I want Brooks of Miami. I think the Cowboys are going to circle the block. They've already circled the block twice. Matter of fact, I think the Cowboys have circled the block 3 times on him. I think they're going to circle the block again. One thing I didn't realize, and probably most of the nation, is that we only have 5 picks next year. I don't know if the Joneses really want to make moves. Stephen Jones said that in that documentary about the draft. They didn't want to give up any more draft capital from next year because they don't have any picks left. I think that's what he was alluding to. I think he was talking about next year. What's going on? What's going on, Tony? So again, man, this is what we're looking at. But follow this part. This guy, Malachi Lawrence, who the Cowboys have yet to sign. I let y'all hear some things on this dude the other day. Man, there are a lot of people big on Malachi Lawrence. Poobie D said, but if we want to let the youngins learn on the fly, then don't worry about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, hey, Poobie D, let me tell you something. Man, this dude here, I just want y'all to listen how people keep talking about Malachi Lawrence.
If Malachi Lawrence goes in the first round next week, I will not be surprised at all. Not only is he wildly athletic, posting a 9.95 RAS, but his bag as a pass rusher seems endless. On this rep, he's going to push hard upfield to get this tackle to overset, then see ya. Look how explosive his lateral step inside is. Lightning quick hands on the swim move too, and just clobbers the quarterback to force a turnover. Here he uses a nice blend of power and finesse, as you'll see him engage the tackle and lock out like he's going to try a long arm, then wham! Comes down with the cross chop.
Man, this dude Lawrence got some skill, man. Shoot. Man, this dude Lawrence got some skill. Lawrence is probably going to be a starter here. He going to be a starter. Man, hey, Kelvin, that ship sailed on us, man. We're going to talk about that in a moment. That ship sailed on us. Davion Wallace said, yeah, we gave away our 4th to the Packers and the 7th to the Eagles, so yeah, only 5 next year. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something, though. With the team that we have, we may only need 5 because there will be free agency out there. There will be free agency. You don't necessarily need a bunch of picks. They got those this year. They got Caleb Downs. They've got a lot of good rookies. Maybe you hit that free agency market a little bit harder next year. There are a plethora of players that their 5th round options got declined. A plethora of players. And then you just never know what we're going to build. So let's see how it goes. But man, I'm telling you, this guy Malachi Lawrence.
Then dips that downfield shoulder to reduce his surface area and explodes to the football for the strip sack. On this play as a 4 tech, he's just going to embarrass this right tackle here. At the snap, he slants to the edge, and just look at the technique and hand placement on this long arm. One hand on the chest plate, other hand clamping the tackle's wrists, and throws that hand off of him. Now he's got the pad level advantage and upfield momentum and just walks him like a dog. Just a textbook rep right there. This last play I'm going to show is just beautiful from start to finish. UCF stems to a tight front pre-snap, and they're going to blitz this will linebacker, bluff out the boundary edge, then all 3 down linemen are going to slant to the field. Baylor has a full slide built in against this look, which creates a one-on-one for Malachi Lawrence against his left tackle. At the snap, the tackle's going to try to use his hands independently, like he should, and stab with his left hand, but you'll see Lawrence catch it, swipe, then rips through with his left, swipes again, then rips through a final time before using all of his length and explosion to get to the quarterback. This guy is just so savvy, technical, and violent off the edge. And I think he's going to be a menace at the next level.
Man, I'm telling y'all, man. 72 JaVale, you made a great point here. He already has 3 NFL moves. With his athletic ability and speed, he's my number 1. Yeah, man. Man, people might be underestimating Malachi Lawrence. Y'all got to realize something, man. I'm not telling you Malachi Lawrence is Micah Parsons. But Micah Parsons came in, he was supposed to be, what, an off-ball linebacker? He's supposed to be a linebacker. Messed around, got at the edge. I think because of what, D-Law being injured or something to that effect. Shoot, got in there and rushed the passer and was, dynamite at rushing the passer. Malachi Lawrence, man, this dude may be able to come in here also as a rookie. I'm not telling you he's going to come in here and get 12 and 13 and 14 sacks. But if he could come in here and get 6 or 7 sacks, oh, that would be great as a rookie, man. Be great. He's got the ability. Got to see if it comes to fruition. All right, let's see. Got a couple more things on him here. Got a couple more things, man. I'm telling you, man, people, they are just, man, this dude, Malachi Lawrence, people love this guy. So I was over here on DallasCowboys.com. I don't know if y'all seen this. But they were over here breaking down the tape on Malachi Lawrence. Tommy Yarish, they're over here breaking down some tape on Malachi Lawrence, man. Shoot. Malachi Lawrence. Let's check him out.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey, Ted.
I got the game.
Let this ad get done playing, and then we're going to check him out. Man, this dude is better than people think. Dudley said, yeah, we got volume and quality this year. Jeremy Best said that dude, he said he got dang good and got even better hands, arm techniques along with good footwork. Yeah, good footwork, man. I looked at a couple of UCF games. Dude stood out every game. He's got pass rush moves, and you just hit the nail on the head. That's the main thing. Jeremy Betts, he is coachable. All right. We're going to listen to them break down about 3 plays on Malachi Lawrence. Watch what they're going to show us what we're looking at here. Check it out.
Tape Talk, talking today about Malachi Lawrence, the edge rusher out of UCF, now a Dallas Cowboy, after being selected with the 23rd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. You're going to see him here lined up on the right side of the defensive line. Big number 51 there. The first thing you notice here when we run this play is that get off is great. He's going to run right into the tackle and beats him almost immediately. You kind of see him getting held there. Whiffs the first time, but he's always swinging that arm around. Now finally gets his hands on the quarterback. Oh, quarterback slipped away. Or did he? Look all the way down here. Malachi Lawrence, big 51. You sort of see it right there on that jersey pad. Is wrapped up around his ankle. Motor is what comes away when you watch Malachi Lawrence on film. He never gives up on a play. Certainly did everything he could to make sure the quarterback goes down on that play. The other thing, too, watch on this pass rush, too. Swinging at the ball. He's going to swing at the ball again, trying to pop it free. Every rush that you see, he tries to knock the ball free. Had a couple of forced fumbles in his senior season for the Golden Knights last year. And he's going to continue to try and do that at the NFL level as well.
Yeah. Says here there's a lot of things that are intriguing about Malachi Lawrence's game. That the measurables certainly stand out. 6'4", 253, 33 and 5/8 arms, and an 81 5/8 inch wingspan. The biggest separator, however, is his get off. At the NFL Combine, Lawrence posted a 1.59 second 10-yard split, the third fastest time at his position in the 2026 class behind Ohio State's Orville Reese, Texas A&M's Cassius Howell. Hey, man, this dude ain't no slouch. I mean, I know he played UCF, but he ain't no slouch. And for what my understanding is, the big schools were actually trying to get him. Got another play they're going to talk about on here. Check this out.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey, Ted.
I got the game.
Let that go by again. Doomsday, There Will Be Blood said Doomsday defense will return from the 70s era again with new generation players. Yes, sir. All right, let's check this out. This is them again explaining some more things about Malachi Lawrence.
In Kansas State's Avery Johnson here, and at the start of this video, well, hold on a minute. Where's Malachi? Oh, there he is. All right, so now it's a scramble drill with the quarterback. Lawrence one-on-one still brings him to the ground. So this guy's motor runs hot. He's going to give it everything that he's got on each and every play. Look at how much ground he's got to make up. Avery Johnson can't slow down in that situation, and neither can NFL quarterbacks if Malachi Lawrence is the one chasing him, because he's going to do everything he can to try and bring him down.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I don't really know what a lot of people, well, I've seen some things that people kind of are saying about Malachi Lawrence. But, man, I just don't think Cowboy fans, I mean, I understand Cowboy fans. We want all the insurance we can get. I know exactly where we are on this, but, man, this dude, Malachi Lawrence, this dude may be a lot better than what we are giving him credit for. I think we got another one here of him against the run. We're going to check that out. But the Cowboys, I think they know what they have in this guy, man. I think the Cowboys did some very good scouting this year. All right, let's see here.
Lawrence is going to need to grow, considering how good of a pass rusher he was. You always still want growth in the run game from those kinds of guys, but he can make plays against them. Now, on this play, the right tackle here for Cincinnati looks like he misses a pretty key block. So Lawrence essentially is going to go into the backfield completely untouched, but doesn't phase him. He doesn't slow down or change momentum, wondering why is nobody blocking me. It's just thanks for letting me get back here. Opens up the big arms and swallows the running back. Gets some help from his teammate, but nowhere to go here. An easy tackle for loss, and now it's just growing into the departments like setting the edge and using the long arms to out-enumerate or out-strength the offensive lineman to be able to set the edge in the run game and funnel guys into Dallas's middle, where they're so strong with guys like Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark to make plays against the run. But easy layups like this, Malachi Lawrence won't miss.
Yeah, I think this guy may be really, really good for the Cowboys, especially when you're talking about how he gets off that first step, man. It's going to be, I think he'll be able to beat some of these guys in the NFL. I do. I think he'll be able to beat some of them. Yeah, Robert Dudley, he said, that's my music too. That's music to my ears, coachable. Frank Lawrence said, I'm rocking the Malachi Lawrence jersey, custom number from the NFL shop this season. JCT, he said, I think this defense can be solid this year. And would you be shocked if we had the number one offense this year? No, we should have had it last year. I would not. Dak and those wide receivers can put up points with anyone. I think we're going to run the ball. We should be able to run the ball better. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Yeah, there will be blood. I see you. There will be blood. He said that's the new Dallas Cowboys handle. The future defense thing will be there will be blood. They got a few dogs on there, man. For sure. What's going on, Frap? They got some dogs on there. Yeah, Davion, he said, I think Lawrence gonna be all right. Let me tell you, man, there were a lot of teams that were looking at this dude in the first round. I believe he was on a lot of people's boards. And had he not won in that first round, I guarantee you, second round, he'd have been the first. He was gonna be the first one off in the second round. But I'm glad the Cowboys got him. I really am. I'm really glad the Cowboys got Malachi Lawrence. All right, man, let's roll up again. The discussion has been this Dallas Cowboys schedule again. A lot of people are afraid of this Dallas Cowboys schedule, guys. They are afraid of this Dallas Cowboys schedule. They are afraid of it. A lot of people are saying that they don't know if the Cowboys are going to be able to, even though they have improved. We heard Colin Cowherd talk about this, that even though the Cowboys did pretty good in the draft, he doesn't think that the Cowboys can overcome this schedule. Doesn't think the Cowboys can overcome this schedule. Let me ask y'all something real quick before we start talking about this Cowboys schedule. I've been seeing this all over X. What are y'all thoughts on the Cowboys signing veteran cornerback Kenny Moore? What are y'all thoughts on that? What are y'all thoughts on the Cowboys signing Kenny Moore? Been seeing quite a few people talk about this over on X. Be honest with you, I just haven't studied the Indianapolis Colts enough to be yay or nay. But from what I've heard, is he was really, really good in the slot. I heard he was really good in the slot. I mean, he may be another guy you could bring in to really push this defense. I mean, to really push this defense. You know, really push that cornerback room. I mean, that cornerback room is already going to be competitive. I mean, what do y'all think about bringing him into the cornerback room? There will be blood. Don't like it. Kemp, body by field, dog. GWC, everybody straps on their shoes. Yes, sir. Yay, Mo, what do you think? He said it's a good move. That's what I'm trying to find out too, Kivo. 72 Chevelle said, I'll take him right now. Yeah, I saw he's there's been a few discussions about him out there. Yeah, the Goog, he said he's a good slot in middle. Poobie D said do it. Davion Wallace, I heard somebody else say you don't need him now that you got Downs. I heard somebody else say that too. Jeremy Betts, I love what you're saying. Nothing to be afraid of. Got to play the gauntlet, lined up, scheduled to play. Go out there and do it and get it against whoever you got to play against. Simple as that. We don't bar no bro. We don't bar no nobody scared of no man. Yes, sir. You know what I say? Jeremy Betts. You want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. You want to beat a man, man. That's how you get respect. You beat the man. Kelvin said, go get the more help. We get the more we get, the better. We're going to need to stack up because of injuries. Yeah, you know, I'm just wondering if you just bring him in. Let's see what you can get out there and see if you can bring him in for competition. Stephanie, what's going on? I'm not going to be shocked we're going to shock a lot of people this year. I'm against whoever when it comes to my boys. There it is. I feel you, Stephanie. Yeah, Glenn Harrison says secondary would be no fly zone. Yeah. Stephanie Breeden said whoever's scared, go to church. Hey, if you go to church, you ain't going to be scared. Hey. The Bible says fear God, but it applies to man. Fear not. That's it. GWC, he said every player and team straps on their shoes and strings the same way. Everybody puts the pad on the same way. Everybody hits, and everybody had to catch and throw. At the end of the day, though, who wants it the most? All right, so I just want to throw that up there. That's a quick hit, not inside of the schedule. But I wanted to throw that up there because I actually had it down here in my notes. I forgot to put it up. But a lot of people have been talking about. No, I actually didn't have it in my notes, but I saw it when I came up and somebody was pulling up. A lot of people have been talking about, Kenny Moore. But I want to look at this Cowboys schedule again. Because now we actually know. We just don't know the dates and the times. But these are the 17 games, Cowboys. Cowboy fans, these are the 17 games. These are the 17 games that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be playing.
Yes! Here we go!
I mean, at this point, it's kind of hard to, I know people, and I know next week, I heard the schedule will be released around the 14th or the 15th. And we're going to probably start making some preliminary predictions. But this is a Cowboy schedule. 17 games. And when you look at the home games, I mean, you think about it, it's home. Surely of the home games, the Cowboys are going to have 9 games at home this year. And really, it's only 8 because the Baltimore Ravens game is an international game. If I'm not mistaken, is that Brazil? I think we're playing in Brazil. So I'm not really counting that as a home game, more of a neutral field. So we got 8 games at home, and we got 8 games on the road. So when you look at that schedule, I mean, we should have beat the Arizona Cardinals last year, but for some reason, the Arizona Cardinals smoked us. I heard it announced today that Jacoby Brissett has been informed that he is actually going to be the Arizona Cardinals quarterback this coming season. They are going to have Jeremiah Love. That should make his job be a whole lot easier. But when we look at the home games, Man, we got a pretty tough home schedule. I mean, I'm just going to automatically say that we're going to beat our three rivals. I mean, I think we'll beat them at home. I think we're going to beat Washington, New York, and the Eagles in Dallas. You know, you start thinking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be a very tough out. The Arizona Cardinals, I say we win that this year. San Francisco 49ers, going to be a very tough out. Jacksonville Jaguars, Jordan Lewis coming back. It's going to be a tough out. I think we'll beat the Titans, and then we'll see what the Baltimore Ravens is. Going to be tough. But if I'm just looking at the home schedule, I see at least 5 wins. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I see 5 wins. Washington, New York, Philly, Arizona, the Titans. I'm just off the rip giving us those 5 games. When I look at the away games, it's going to be tough. I wouldn't be surprised if we split with the division teams because I think they're going to get a little bit better. But if there was a team that I think we could sweep, I still say we could steal at this point. I still say we can beat both the Commanders and the New York Giants. I think we can sweep those. And I think had we been playing for something last year, I think we would have beat the New York Giants there at the end. So I still believe the Cowboys can sweep these. So that's 7 wins. We'll see what happens with Philly, Green Bay. Man, y'all please pray we play the Green Bay Packers early in the season. Please play the Green Bay Packers early in the season. Do not want the Cowboys traveling up in that cold. If it is, it is. But I would much rather them play that early in the season. Seahawks, it's going to be a tough out. Rams, tough out. Texans, tough out. I see the Colts. So, of the games that I think we can win just glancing at this schedule, I see 8 wins. Colts, Washington, New York. Same thing up here, Washington, New York, Philly, Cardinals, Titans. Those are what I would call like, okay, I can see us winning those 8 games. So that means we have 9 more games. We got to figure out a way, if they win the 5 that I'm talking about, so now you got to figure out a way of, of those other 13 games, can you get 7 wins? Can you get 7 wins? Can you find a way to get 7 wins? I would go out on a limb. I think because of the play of C.J. Stroud, I think the Cowboys could probably beat the Texans. We're going to see, man. C.J. Stroud got to take some huge steps this year. He's got to take some huge steps. I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be the same team. Cowboys could beat them. Cowboys can beat them. Field Dog, that's JCT Slice. He always says we still have 4. But again, man, every year they say these schedules are going to be tough. And they never figure in the battle of attrition. They never figure in failures by some players on the team. A lot of things people don't figure in. But as far as that home schedule goes, I'm just giving you what I see as the guarantees. What I would say, these should be knockout punches, even though we didn't knock out Arizona last year. But if the Cowboys can take care of business at home and go 8-1 at home or 7-2 at home, and then just win half the games on the road, you're talking about 11 wins. So we're going to see. Freddie Morales, he said 7 at home. Okay, I like that. Glenn Harrison, he said 8-1 at home, 7-0 on the road, 1-0 in South Africa. Oh, man, you got us losing 1 game. Okay. Sebastian said Cowboys over under 9.5 wins. Stephanie says, I think we will win half of those games. We're gonna have to if we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. If we can just win 7 of our home games, that'd be great. 7 of our home games would be absolutely great. Frank Lawrence, he says, 92 Boys had Super Bowl, Redskins, Lawrence Taylor Giants, Reggie White Eagles, Barry Sanders Lions. Boy, this is a great copy right here. Barry Sanders Lions, Jerry Rice 49ers, Super Bowl win is a bonus for sustained greatness, strong schedule, a blessing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me give you the. Yes, sir.
Let him cook.
You cooking, you're cooking. Yes, sir. Cause see, when you got a schedule like the Cowboys have coming up, it's only gonna build character for the young guys. Frank Lawrence is gonna build character, man. Frank Lawrence said payout odds to win the NFC East, Philadelphia 7-5, Dallas 2-1. Man, let me tell y'all, if y'all have not realized it, I told y'all this early on, and I'm going to show it to you here now. Or let me see, I don't know where I am on the schedule. Hold on a second. Man, let me tell y'all something. When I tell y'all people are high on the Cowboys, it is an understatement. It is an understatement. All right, Bass, welcome back. Country Field said if the defense plays better, we can go 12-5. Yeah. Kelvin said 14-3, we will lose to the Eagles. We will lose to the Seahawks, and we will lose to the Commanders. Robert Dudley said Matthew Stafford, quarterback in LA Rams, might not be so mighty. We're going to see. Because a lot of times, man, people be making these predictions, and, man, teams don't be as good. Because I think the Cowboys are on the way up. They needed the defense. As long as they still got Pickens, and, of course, as JCT Slice says, and we got 4, shoot, Cowboys going to be good to go. Yeah, Sebastian said, I feel a lot better this year than last. Prove it on the field. I'm with you. JP the Goog said, we need a hard schedule so we can have no excuses. Also, so we can build the character of these young guys. So, that's the schedule, man. All right, I'm gonna make sure I pick that up. You said the Undertaker noise. When is it coming? It makes you stand still and look all around. I got you. I'm gonna get that Undertaker noise. I remember that. All right, man. Let me. These are a couple of quick hits. Let me hit you with a couple of quick hits. They said something interesting today on Gil's Arena, and I haven't listened to it. I just saw the headline on it, but it sounds similar to what I've been saying about George Pickens.
Here we go.
Gil's Arena, they talk about George Pickens signing the tag. And as much as some of us hate it, including myself, I still say in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't help George to fight this because the Cowboys really got him in a city. And I'm going to be very careful to call it a no-win situation. He is getting $27 million. But we also know that he wants to get that big payday that I think he's earned and deserved. But at the same time, I don't sign the checks. And I don't think it's any drama. George, I believe, understands what this is and understand what he is doing in doing it. And this is what Aqib Talib had to say about it. And I think it makes sense. At least from what I saw from the headline part.
I think it's going head in the good direction, man. You in the process of rebuilding this reputation, right? Signing that tag, pulling up, going to work. The Cowboys will love that. The outside teams looking in will love that.
Great situation for you to go out and prove yourself again. What better time than to rebrand yourself, to show people that you've grown up, that you've matured, right? Hell of a year last year, man. Double down on it.
He obviously has the talent to be an X receiver, to be a star receiver in the NFL, and I think he will duplicate that same success this year in Dallas, but he also has confidence in the guys around him, that they have a veteran quarterback in Dak Prescott who can push the ball down the field and let him go make a play on the football, who will give him some one-on-one shots or even some two-on-one shots because he trusts them, and they built that rapport last year. George Pickens understands that, and he knows that he can continue to excel in Dallas and be worth more money next year.
I want this to be great. I thought it was going to be great.
Yeah. Hey, Phil Dog, I check out SMI sometimes. I do. I check him out sometimes. I haven't had a chance to lately. Man, let me tell you something. They're saying all the right things. Some of the same things I was saying. This is going to work out for George Pickens. I believe this ultimately works out for George Pickens, and it's ultimately going to work out for the Cowboys. I think it's going to get the Cowboys closer to where they want to be this year, if not get them to where they want to be. And I even think come next year, people say the Cowboys are not going to extend George Pickens. I'm not going to be surprised if they do. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gave him a quote-unquote team-friendly discount. Because if I'm George Pickens, I'm just focusing on the guaranteed money, man. I don't care nothing about all that other stuff. Give me $75 million guaranteed. I'll play for $25 million a year. Care nothing about that. Tell me who is getting $75 million guaranteed. Shoot, I'll play 4 years, $80 million guaranteed. Jerry, I'll play for $20 million a year. $20 million a year, straight up. Straight up, I'll play for $20 million a year. $80 million guaranteed. You can make that contract look any kind of way you want to. Just give me $80 million guaranteed, $20 million a year, I'm in. Come hell or high water, I get $20 million a year, $80 million over 4 years. Why wouldn't you want it? That would be what, next to Justin Jefferson? I would really be focusing on that. I would really be focusing on that kind of deal. But at the same time, if I'm George Pickens, I actually want to stay in Dallas. If George Pickens does what I believe George Pickens is going to do, and then the Cowboys extend him next year, you're going to be a superstar. Endorsement deals out the wazoo. Endorsement deals out the wazoo. He'll make more money than anywhere else staying in Dallas, even if he played for $32, $33 million.
Great.
I would love for George to stay in Dallas.
Last year, multiple times last year, he was late to meetings. And you can scoff at, oh, he was late. But then he misses the bus to the Monday night Raiders game.
Now, y'all already know we ain't even paying attention to Skip Bayless. We ain't paying attention to Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless, we know some things about you, too. And now you back on Underdog and about to be on ESPN tomorrow. Come on now, don't throw rocks. With your house made out of glass, my brother, don't do it.
Las Vegas. If you add enough of those out, it's no good. That's why Jerry and Steven say we can't do this. We can't go 5 years, 4 years, 3 years for George Pickens. It's just you can't trust it.
We ain't listening to Skip Bayless. What they saying about you? Be careful throwing rocks with your house made out of glass now. Be careful. Be careful. But I think the Cowboys, I think this is all going to work out. I think it's going to work out for the Cowboys. I think it's going to work out for George Pickens. Yeah, Phil Dog, he getting that bag, man. He getting that bag, whether it be with us or someone else. But I hope it's what's up with us. We them boys. He said, I play for $2 million. Shoot, boy, you too? You ain't lying. Shoot, I get cut for $200,000. Nobody wouldn't bother me. Shoot, I get cut for $200,000. Wouldn't bother me, man. Gravedigger says Skip Bayless is the worst Cowboy hater of them all, and he's disguised as a Cowboy lover. If you have been watching him for the past decade or so, he's always got something to say. He will be right at home back with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. Yep, they'll be perfect together. Be perfect together, boy. And I think that's why he's going. I mean, they are birds of a feather, man. Dominique, I had to come to this conclusion on Skip Bayless. He's not a real Cowboys fan. I used to think he was. Nah, he's not a Cowboys fan. Nah, this dude. Yeah, the bitch Noel. That's why I said, shoot. Y'all remember that old song by R. Kelly called The Hairdresser? You better stop playing, Skip. Don't throw stones when your house made out of glass. Yeah, Rico Jones. Skip is that type of fan. Skip is that fair weather fan. He's that fair weather fan, and used to really like Skip, but Skip just he's more of a shock jock. And don't get me wrong, when he's on, but some of the things is more shock jockish with him too. Yeah, Gravedigger said you can't trust one of the top 5 wide receiver duos in the NFL. Bayless has lost his mind. Boy, you ain't lying. DC4 roster man, what up? He said, is the schedule really hard? Because I believe the Eagles and the Washington are not going to be good. Oh, I think the Cowboys are going to run roughshod over the NFC. I do. I think you're going to run roughshod over it. Cowboys are. Freddie says, man, G, my bro, why ruin my dinner? He said, why ruin my dinner show Skip Bayless? Thought we was boys, my brother. Yeah, man. Like I said, we ain't listening to Skip. We are not listening to Skip, man. But again, man, I do think that Akib and the other two guys make some very good points, similar to what I made and similar to what some of us have made. I mean, this is going to work out for George Pickens, man. I'm just telling us it's going to work out for him. It's going to work out for him. And I wouldn't be surprised if something were to happen to George Pickens, contrary to what some of us believe. I believe the Cowboys would give him the Michael Gallup treatment. I do. I think the Cowboys would extend him. I don't think they'd give him $40 million, but I think they would extend him. Even if it was $31, $32 million, probably give him $70 million, $72 million guaranteed. I wouldn't be surprised. This is going to work out. This is going to work out for him, I'm telling you. GWC, he said Johnny Gill wrote the Fairweather fan anthem song. That's it. Frank Lawrence said, appreciate that super chat. He said, billionaire Jerry ain't done. Pickens gonna get paid. Yes. Yes. Jerry realized the mistake he made when he got rid of Alvin Harper. I believe Jerry has learned from some of these mistakes. All right. I want to take you over here and listen to Brian Broaddus. They had a very interesting conversation today. They were talking about running back and linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were talking about should the Cowboys be putting their trust in Jaden Blue.
Yes! Here we go!
What do y'all think about that? When we look at the Dallas Cowboys running back room, should the Cowboys be putting a lot of their hope in Jaden Blue as it applies to can he turn it on this coming season? Can he turn it on? And let's kind of look over here at the Dallas Cowboys roster. I'm pretty sure we all know what the Dallas Cowboys running back room looks like. But let me remind us, because there is a running back. I'm still trying to get some stuff on him. Still trying to get some tape on him. But let's kind of look at the Dallas Cowboys running back room. And y'all tell me, how do y'all actually feel about the Dallas Cowboys running back room? And should we be trusting that Jaden Blue is going to take a step this year? And for that matter, should we be trusting whether or not Phil Maffa is going to be healthy this year? Or would y'all rather the Cowboys go out and bring some more depth into the Dallas Cowboys running back room? So when we look at the Dallas Cowboys running back room, of course, we got Javonte Williams. But then if you ask me, and maybe if you ask Angie the Rebel Chicks too, if you ask me, the drop-off from Javonte Williams in the Dallas Cowboys running back room, until it is proven otherwise, the drop-off from Javonte Williams is pretty steep. It's pretty steep. I mean, you got Javonte Williams. You got Malik Davis. He's kind of, I don't know, it all depends. You got Malik Davis. You got Jaden Blue. You have Phil Maffa. And then we got a couple of other guys that we threw in here. Trying to get this ad off here. All right, let me see if I can skip. Okay, so we got a couple of guys on here. I forgot about this Israel Abanikanda, or however you pronounce his name. Forgot about him. We added him last year. Israel Abanikanda. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that. And then we got the new guy, the UDFA guy, Dominique Richardson, who looks really, really good. Who looks really, really good on tape. So this is the Dallas Cowboys running back room. How do you feel about it? In particular, Jaden Blue. How do you feel about it? Are we thinking maybe we need to improve that running back room and maybe bring in another veteran? We them boys, I agree. I think Jaden Blue definitely needs some more reps, but he can't be handed those reps because he was acting a fool last year. Demetrius Noel said, gee, if they have no faith in Blue after 1 year, there is more than the football issues going on. I think it is. It's personal issues. I don't think it's a football issue. And the personal issues are bleeding into the football issues. I think that's what it is. Countryfield said, oh, Hunter Lipke, but Cowboys, man, Countryfield, let me tell you something. They don't know what to do with Hunter Lipke. They don't know what to do with Hunter Lipke. I'm telling you, man, the Cowboys, and you got to realize what Hunter Lipke is. Hunter Lipke is a hybrid fullback, running back, tight end. He's a hybrid of all three. He is one of those type of guys, to be honest with you. I think you have to be a Sean McVay. I think you have to be a Sean Payton. I really think you have to be, the guy out of San Francisco. Coach slips my mind right now. You got to be one of those coaches. You absolutely have to be one of those coaches to be able to use a Hunter Lipke. Cowboys don't seem to know what to do with Hunter Lipke. So I'm not even counting Hunter Lipke because he's definitely not a running back that you want running the ball 20 times a game. He's not that type of guy. You want to use him in the run. You want to use him blocking. You want to use him in the passing game. You want to line him up at the tight end spot. You want to put him in motion. At least that's what I would be doing with him. Cowboys, they don't know what to do with Hunter Lipke. So in the grand scheme of things, this is kind of where we are when we're talking about pure running backs. They got Hunter Lipke listed as the fullback. And they got him listed. I'm just telling you now, they don't have a clue what to do with him. They don't have a clue what to do with Hunter Lipke. They just don't. They don't have a clue what to do with him. They don't. Rose, I'm waiting on Phil Maffa to get healthy because I'd love to see what he does. He's a very big running back, man. He's got some speed, too. Angie said, just like y'all said about Pickens, make Blue earn it because he hit the behavior issues, too. Angie, I think that's where this is with Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue's got some behavior issues. And he ain't going to even see the field because, unlike George Pickens, Angie, Pickens got the kind of talent to where you're going to tolerate some things and you're going to give him every chance to succeed. Jaden Blue got a short, he got a short rope. He got a short rope, Angie. Jaden Blue got a short rope. He ain't even in those kind of discussions. He got a short rope. Jaden Blue is literally one running back showing out away from being up out of Dallas. He one running back away from some running back showing out, and he done. I'm going to tell you now, the guy that Jaden Blue ought to be worried about, Jaden Blue ought to be worried about Dominic Richardson. He ought to be worried about it. Dominic Richardson can play. He got some speed, too. He ain't Jaden Blue speed. But he's got some, he can play, too. He ought to be worried. So we're going to see what they do with him because the Cowboys have already been kind of, Brian Schottenheimer, he kind of came out the box talking about Jaden Blue. Talking about he got some, it sounded like he got some attitude issues. And so I want us to listen to Brian Broaddus and these guys talk about Jaden Blue. Is it a mistake? Is it a mistake if the Cowboys put their trust in Jaden Blue? Let me skip to that part. I think it is about the 15-minute mark. See what Brian Broaddus and these guys got to say about it.
Oh, family day here. Hi there.
We got the girls that have popped in. My apologies.
Hello, ladies.
Very
Hello,
very
ladies.
Unprofessional of me right here, but
I asked you. It was good to see your family. I wonder if the question I have for you is that are we making a mistake? We making a mistake putting our eggs into the Jordan Blue basket?
I think it's fair to wonder that. Right?
What up, Ice Cold?
there was supposed to be last year. Was supposed to see some more of that.
Sure.
You don't really see any of it until the last week of the season. So I think we were all wondering, in a perfect world, you would have probably added a little bit a guy who maybe has a similar skill set to see, okay, which one of you two can be that lightning back for us. But they had so many holes defensively that I understand why everything was just, hey, we got to get the defense right, and let's cross our fingers that our initial evaluation on Blue and 1 year of maturation could get him kind of going a little bit. So I'm still comfortable with it, just given the context of how many needs they had elsewhere. But I'm not 100% confident that he's just going to step in and be a totally different guy, right? Like, are you?
Well, you know what? I wanted to believe in the player, and credit to Glenn Smith and others who reported that there were, and I think this was something that Glenn got from the University of Texas. Glenn, if he does some work, covering the Cowboys here locally, and I'm going to give him credit for this because he was one of the first ones to talk about there were some maturity problems and there were some issues. And I thought it was more coming from the University of Texas than it was from the Cowboys. There was some things that this is the disadvantage that we have working on a draft, that we don't know, unless you have real insiders, unless you have people that are around these players, you don't know until you know. And that's the sad thing about it. When you watch Blue play in the tape, you see the explosiveness, you see the big runs, you see the catching the football, you see the making people miss, you see the finishing of runs. The problem is, though, if you're not mature enough to work, practice, be diligent, get in your playbook, understand what's going on, doing everything you can to get ready. Jadon Blue was acting like that at Texas, that he shows up and he dresses and he goes plays. No, they have inactive lists. And if you're not one of the guys that's fitting into the plans every week, you're going to be inactive. And he learned a very valuable lesson until the very last week of the season. And then we saw the flashes. It's a shame. It's a shame that he didn't realize these things going into the season, that, hey, this summer I've got to work hard. I've got to be prepared. I got to understand my assignments. I can't, I got to train better. I've got to eat better. Yeah, I could go out and have fun, but I can't go out and have fun every single night of the week. You got to be a pro. And he obviously was not a pro. And, Brian Schottenheimer got to the point where he was just kind of got tired of talking about him until the very end. And I want to ask you this question again. And again, this was another question I had for you yesterday, was if you could go out and add right now a legitimate running back or a legitimate linebacker, which direction would you go?
Ooh, man. I mean, I think I would still go with a legitimate linebacker. And part of that's just because even without a super explosive running back, I still feel like this offense can be super legit. You still have more questions with the linebacker room. I like what they did with D. Winters. He's solid. He's an upgrade, and it certainly raises your floor defensively. And we all love Overshown, but it's a question: can he stay healthy? Like, how many games are we going to get out of Overshown this year? And then you bring in a guy like Barham, who is another guy, again, we're excited about. But this is a guy, it's like he's a Mike linebacker. He can rush. Like, I think big picture, I love what Barham is as a prospect here, but throwing him in to be a Mike linebacker day one, what does that look like? It's fair to assume a pretty large learning curve for him. So if you told me I could go get a legit Jordan Brooks right now, or the Lightning to Javonte Williams Thunder in the backfield, I would rather go with the linebacker. I think.
What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on this? If you had the opportunity, would you go get another running back to go in the backfield, or would you go get Jordan Brooks? And if you're greedy, would you go get both? Which one would you do? But if you could only pick one, Jordan Brooks or another running back, what would you pick? I thought this was a very good question. Jeremy Betts said, Broadus is saying exactly what I'm saying. I'm tired of these immature players who take being a Cowboy for granted and are entitled by the fact they play for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, it sounds like that Jaden Blue, and as much as because I was very big on Jaden Blue last year, it seemed like Jaden Blue brought that attitude in here. And it seems like he's a guy that is so talented. He's so talented that he feels like he's owed to play because of his talent. Jaden Justin, what up with you? He said, I hope last year's a wake-up call for him. He got something. Yeah, he's got something, but he's got to earn it, G. Yes, sir. And I think that's what Brian Schottenheimer is telling him. But again, man, I said this last year. I think the Cowboys may be trying to give him an opportunity. But we'll see what happens if they actually bring somebody in. Phil Dog said, didn't he wear them Louis Vuitton cleats? Man, blistered up his feet. Did the same thing Antonio Brown did with the darn Raiders. Demetrius Noah said, gee, in all honesty, my concern on offense is Shotty's plays. Yeah, forget trust in Blue. That should be the least of our concerns if we are honest. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to see Brian Schottenheimer get better at play calling this coming year. Cobey D, if there was a guy I want to see, it's Phil Maffa. Because you talk about you like big running backs. He is bigger than Javonte Williams. And this may be what the Cowboys are going to do. They're going to give that running back room they have the opportunity first. Angie says she wants both of them. Yeah. So, Phil Dog said he'd bring in a running back. We them boys running back. Poobie D said he bringing in Brooks. I believe the Cowboys going to circle the block on Brooks. I do believe they will circle the block on Brooks one more time. The Cowboys are very interested in Jordan Brooks. The Miami Dolphins, they just keep trying to get more and more and more out of the Cowboys. It's obvious. Now, if I were the Dallas Cowboys, there are actually only a couple of running backs. If I were the Cowboys, there's only a couple of running backs I would consider bringing in. Now, the first one I'm about to mention to you that I would actually consider bringing in, y'all can disagree with me. I'm not going to be mad at you if you do. But there is one running back, if I were the Cowboys, I would definitely consider bringing him in. And it is Joe Mixon. If I were the Cowboys, I would seriously consider Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is dangerous. I mean, he can be dangerous in other ways too. And that's the issue you got to deal with Joe Mixon. You know, Joe Mixon, he kind of gets into some trouble. I'm not sure about Austin Eckler, but there's another guy on here that if I were going to bring in a running back, I would seriously consider bringing in Nick Chubb. I really like Nick Chubb. I would definitely consider bringing in Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt could be okay. Don't want to see Miles Sanders again. Miles Sanders was here last year. But those right there, if I could get my choice, they would probably be at the top of my list. I've shown you everybody else. Y'all see them here. But for me, I'm serious. I would seriously consider bringing in Joe Mixon, straight up playmaker. Joe Mixon is a straight up playmaker and can run the rock. Joe Mixon can run the rock, man. So my two players, I wouldn't touch Najee Harris, 10-foot pole. But if I'm the Cowboys, if I was thinking about taking a shot, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, and even Kareem Hunt for goal line stuff. I would seriously consider bringing in those three running backs. Y'all tell me what you think. Joe Mixon is a bona fide playmaker. I think teams are staying away from him because of behavioral issues. Nick Chubb, you're right. We them boys, hard runner. I like Nick Chubb. 72 Chevelle, yeah, Nick Chubb, I think he would fit good. What up, Earl Jones? I think Nick Chubb would fit very good. Very, very good. Yeah, borderline, Dudley. Some people are saying Brooks is a need. I get you, though. You said he's a need, not a want. Kind of where we are now, maybe so. But I like Nick Chubb. Demetrius Noel said, gee, no offense. I don't want the Derrick Henry we saw the second half of the season last year because he couldn't hold on to the ball even if he had spikes in his hand. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, there will be blood. Joe runs violently. I like Joe Mixon. Yeah, Rico Jones said Chubb all day long. Those would be the two I'd be looking at. Those would be the two, and Kareem Hunt if I wanted some short yardage stuff. We them boys said the star would change Mixon attitude. Man, I tell you what, I think so too. I think Mixon could do well here. Bill Dog, man. Hey, man. Zeke, man. I'm just telling y'all right now. Zeke could have been one of the best ones to ever do it. Zeke didn't have the love for the game in the long run. He didn't have the love for the game in the long run. Let himself get out of shape and everything. Alvin Kamara, I don't think he's out there, country. Bass said Joe Mixon runs like Pacheco, in my opinion. They both run like COD zombies. Looks like they finna bite some people. Yeah, man. I like Mixon. If I were the Cowboys, I'd really be thinking about it. All right, there's another question that they were asking in here too. Okay, they were asking about running back or linebacker. I've actually gotten there. And then they actually started having a conversation about the Marion Overshown. Let me see if I can play a little bit of that.
I think most people would. I mean, unless you just love D. Winters and you're confident that Overshown's going to be healthy.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that you play Barham as a Mike linebacker and Winters plays as the other inside linebacker? I don't know what they call it. They might call it the will. I don't know. I mean, they probably have a special name for it because you're going to see a lot of what we call that 4-2-5 alignment, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. Is there a chance that we might see a reduced role with Overshown?
Well, just maybe to limit his wear and tear. Would that be?
I'm asking the question of could Barham at his size and physicality that he plays at, and again, here's another Christian.
I'm just telling you right now, man. Barham is getting on the field. I'm telling us now, Barham is getting on the field. A lot of people are probably thinking in their minds that, George Pickens is going to get traded next year. I wouldn't be so quick to say George Pickens is going to get traded. But I'll tell you this. If Barham comes in here and balls out, who's to say that the Cowboys wouldn't trade DeMarion Overshown? It's not like DeMarion Overshown has been healthy. If you could get one healthy season out of DeMarion Overshown, maybe you could trade him next year. Maybe there would be a team willing to trade you DeMarion Overshown. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he's not a Christian Parker guy in the grand scheme of things. He's not that guy. Barham comes in and balls out, you go in the draft next year and get another linebacker. I don't know. But what are your thoughts on DeMarion Overshown? I tell you what, he better have a heck of a year this year.
Parker's talking about
he better have a heck of a year.
Play against Ohio State, and him doing this off-ball linebacker, and
Yeah, Bass, you said the same thing. Yeah, Bass, I'm telling you, dude hasn't been healthy. I mean, if he has a healthy season, this could be an opportunity rather than saying, okay, we're gonna take more chances on him and see if he can stay healthy another season. Maybe you trade him. Maybe you trade him and get somebody else. Heck, I don't know. Y'all tell me, would y'all be opposed? Would y'all be opposed to trading DeMarion Overshown for Jordan Brooks? I'm just asking the questions right now. Would you trade DeMarion Overshown for Jordan Brooks? I don't know. Bass said they may trade Overshown simply because he signed with Mulugeta. That could be too. After Stephen Jones' comments about Overshown needing to stay healthy a year to get paid. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, there will be blood. He could go during trade time this year. Trade deadline, yeah. I'm telling us. Everybody talking about, yeah, they're going to trade Pickens. Man, how do you know? Mike wound up trading Overshown. Phil Dog, Maurice Leofow. I'm going to be honest with you. These are not Christian Parker's guys. Do not be surprised if Maurice Leofow don't make it. Now, don't be surprised. Leofow could be one of those guys they could use in a trade package. You never know. You never know, because, man, he look like he pretty far down the depth chart right now. Dominique said, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you over, show. Ooh. Man, I'm telling you, dude hadn't been healthy. I mean, I don't know about y'all, man. That's a hectic conversation right there. I mean, would you trade Overshown for Jordan Brooks? Man, shoot. Overshown young, coming off his first healthy offseason. If the Miami Dolphins would do it, I don't know. Would you consider doing it? I don't know. That's a tough one right there, bro. That's a tough one. I'm just telling us. I mean, ain't no use in keeping the player for what he could have been, or what he could be. Ain't no point in keeping him for that. Man, sometimes you just got to say it's time to. If we can bring in a guy like a Jordan Brooks, why wouldn't you bring him in? But that was what they were talking about with Jaden Blue. I thought that was a very interesting conversation that they were having. Would you rather bring in a running back, or would you rather bring in a linebacker, or as Angie said, and to quote Shannon Sharp, both of them? I really would like to have both of them. Dominique said for Jordan Brooks, doggone sure would. Shoot. Oh, there will be blood. You just made a powerful statement. No loyalty when you haven't sniffed a Super Bowl in 30 plus years. That's it, man. You got to build the best team you can. Christian Legal said they could trade Overshown and Bland. I tell you what, as much as I like Bland, I wouldn't even blink if they traded Bland. I wouldn't even blink. I wouldn't blink if they traded Bland. I wouldn't. Demetrius Noel said, for GP to be traded, he would have to do what he did last year or better. If GP doesn't get traded for him, becomes less valuable and will not bring in that draft capital for Stephen Jones. Yeah, he got to ball out. I agree with you. But I think the Cowboys have every intention on keeping George Pickens even another year. So it's probably going to have to be 2 years. I'm just telling y'all right now, I'm not ruling out George Pickens getting a deal by July the 15th. I'm not ruling it. I'm not ruling it out. I'm not. Shoot, Dudley, I wish somebody would put the bait out there. Shoot. Frank Laws, I'm with you. I wouldn't encourage anybody to gamble, but Las Vegas odds makers are mostly a good gauge of probability. Yep. They know some things. Wink, wink. Poobie D, Bridges, boots, seatbelt, and 2 trainers for boots. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, boy. All right, let's see. Last one for the day. What's our last topic? All right, I'm going to let y'all hear. Last topic of the day.
Yes! Here we go!
Angie, close your ears. Because I know you probably not going to like some of this stuff right here. But when I tell you that people are extremely high on the Dallas Cowboys, it is insanity at how high the people are on Cowboys. Let me throw in another quick hit that I didn't put on here. But y'all watch what I tell you. Y'all gonna call me a prophet before it's over. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, I believe that the Dallas Cowboys, Brandon Laurie, but I said this last year and I said it this year. I'm telling y'all, I believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to extend Dak Prescott. This is a quick hit. I believe Dak Prescott's getting an extension. It doesn't make sense for the Cowboys to keep pushing money into the void years on Dak Prescott and then continue to pay him when he's gone when you can just pay him while he's here? Just pay him while he's here. And just pay him to be here. It's just bottom line. Brandon Laurie is starting to say the same thing that I'm saying. I think Dak Prescott's contract is going to be extended. Quick hit. I saw Brandon Laurie post this, and I was like, I said the same thing. Dak Prescott has a scheduled cap hit of around $76 million next year for now. With 2 years left on his current deal after this season, could Dallas be approaching a crossroads of getting a new deal done this offseason, or do they just let it ride out with the sights set on the future? I'm not going to be surprised if they extend Dak 2 more years. I'm just not going to be surprised. They're going to probably extend him 2 more years. Dak's going to retire a Dallas Cowboy around 37, 38 years old. And here it is, Albert Breer. I think it's fair to believe that the Cowboys should explore this after this season. They're still paying a price for waiting as long as they did on Prescott in the first place. They put themselves in this situation. All the way back in 2020-21, in the residual leverage the quarterback can constantly wield. Waiting cost them then, and waiting until they were into week 1 of a contract year again in 24 cost them. So it would make sense to try to get ahead of this one in 2027 with 2 years left on the deal he signed 2 years ago. I'm telling you now, I believe they are going to extend Dak Prescott. Says there are also other pieces of this. Prescott will turn 34. We ain't worried about that. Dak Prescott's going to retire as a Cowboy, and probably by the time he's 38 years old. I believe Cowboys going to extend him. It's the only thing that makes sense. I said it when they first did the deal. I said the deal is not built. The deal, contrary to what some people were saying, the deal was not built to get from up under. The deal was built to extend.
Here we go.
All right. Man, let me let y'all hear the way some of these people are talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Idea of,
and these
let's turn
aren't
back
even these are not even Dallas Cowboy fans per se. Lisa Worley, what is going on? These are not even Dallas Cowboy fans per se. These are just people looking at the Dallas Cowboys draft, looking at what they did with their coaching staff, and they are just high on the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It is what it is. Check it out.
I'm kind of playing with the idea of, let's turn back the clock, early 90s, Cowboys, Niners. I kind of think the Cowboys have like this level of upside this year. Like, love their draft. I like the coaching staff. What about the idea that the Dallas Cowboys, Robert, have this kind of untapped potential this year in the NFC?
I hate that I agree with you. I just, it makes me really scared to be in this place with the Cowboys where I'm on board with a lot of the things they've done, the way that they're operating. I'm really excited about them. I don't know how it's going to go. I think that there are plenty of reasons for skepticism. The defense is fragile. Like, I think that there is a world where they're much better defensively, like significantly better than they were last year, but there's a lot of guesswork involved in that. I'm a huge fan of Christian Parker, the defensive coordinator that they hired. He's been, for the last 3 or 4 years, somebody that I've been pretty open about. If I were hiring a defensive coordinator, he'd be on my short list. I think he was one of the more exciting candidates in the league. Some of the moves that they made personnel-wise, like, I can see it coming together. Like, I can see them being the 15th best defense in the league.
And you think about this, they're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and over here, Frank Lawrence, are you seeing this? They have the NFC winner predictions over here. And you know what's absolutely crazy? If I'm not mistaken, or aren't all these teams on the Dallas Cowboys list? If I'm not mistaken, every last one of these teams are on the list for the Dallas Cowboys to play. Let me look at my list again, Cowboys schedule. Let me look at that list again. Okay, so I don't see the Chicago Bears. Of course, the Eagles are on there. Okay, I don't see the Detroit Lions. 49ers on there. Packers on there. Seahawks on there. And the Rams are on there. So we're basically playing 6 of those. Let's see, how many teams is that? So it looks like we're playing, let's see, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're playing 5 of the 7 teams that are predicted to win the NFC East. We're playing 7 of them. You want to be the man? You got to beat the man. You want to be the man? You got to beat the man. We got to beat all of those teams because those are going to be the teams that are going to. This right here, man, we may come back later on and realize this in itself was the actual playoff teams. That these are the playoff teams. Right here. What we're looking at. These are the playoff teams right here.
But again, I think a lot of stuff would have to fall into place for that to happen. So I'm with you. I think there's unrealized upside. I think there's like the potential for that team is vast.
Yeah. Got to be careful with potential. That is unrealized success or success that has not happened. All right. This is another person talking about the Dallas Cowboys being contenders, courtesy of Dak Muse.
And say it.
Check this out. Everybody's talking about how, and this is that Christian Parker effect. Christian Parker, Caleb Downs, and the moves they made in the draft and free agency. This is what they're basing this off of.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm going to sit here in late April and say it. The Dallas Cowboys are not only going to win the damn division, they're going to be a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And how many times have we heard that in Dallas, right?
A lot.
Oh, my God, this is Dallas's year. You know what? For all the criticism that Jerry Jones has taken.
And I'm telling y'all, man, a lot of people are also big on Malachi Lawrence, and we're going to find that out. Poobie D, I agree with you, Poobie D. Poobie D says smash that thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up, smash that like button. Let's go. All right, you got an echo? Hold on a second. I think I know why the reason is. Let's go. Let's see.
Believe me, a lot of it is deserved. When this team takes the field and the way they're constructed right now, new look defense, you add those guys to that defense, you add a pass rusher with twitch, you add the guy in the back end, the Dallas Cowboys are going to score a ton of points on offense. That team is going to be a Super Bowl contender, and they will win the East. I love it.
Wow. This is the consensus. Man, there are so many people. There are so many of these people out here, man. All they keep saying is Cowboys going to win the NFC East. They're going to be Super Bowl contenders. So many of these people out here. All right. Let me give you one more. This is Adam Shine. Sheen or Shine, one of them.
Right.
And here he is. And he's talking about the Cowboys are going to win it.
So as we speak right now, I think the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC East. Now, I don't lock in my picks and predictions until the Wednesday after Labor Day. That is a tried true formula for us when I talk sports and make picks and predictions when it comes to the NFL season. But on this first Wednesday in May, the Cowboys are better than the Philadelphia Eagles. They're better than the Giants. They're better than Washington. And you might see it. Don't misinterpret. I think Philly right now as we speak, and I assume A.J. Brown's going to be in New England. I still think Philly is making the playoffs. I can see the Giants making the playoffs, winning 8 to 10 games this year. But Dallas, I was going to pick them to win the division last year before the whole Micah situation. They're better. They're better in every possible way. Defensive coordinator, dudes on defense. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Prescott having that rapport with George Pickens. Pickens highly motivated. You know what Schottenheimer is. And I'll take you a step further. Look at the landscape here of the NFC. Dallas hasn't played on Championship Sunday in 30 years. Again, we don't lock in official predictions until the Wednesday after Labor Day. But right now, I would take a Rams Cowboys Championship Sunday. Dallas has all the pieces to finally play legitimately in contention for a Super Bowl.
He said it, I didn't. I'm just telling you what they saying. Man, a lot of people are liking what the Cowboys have done. And I can understand us being skeptical as we are. I can understand it. Man, a lot of people are high on the Cowboys. I mean, I don't get afraid of that because predictions don't mean anything. Cowboys are the ones got to go out there and play the games. Don't matter what anyone says. Cowboys got to go play the games. But I think people are really, it's Christian Parker, it's Caleb Downs, it's Malachi Lawrence, and then everything they did in addition to that has got people excited. But where I'm really excited for the Dallas Cowboys, I'm excited for the Dallas Cowboys simply because I know they're not done building the team. That's why I'm excited. This isn't it. What we're looking at right now, Cowboy fans, this isn't it. What we are looking at right now is a roster that is designed to go through OTAs in training camp. What do you get? 90 players? 90, 92 players? What we are looking at is that list. Well, this list is going to change. And not only is this list going to change, this list is going to be tweaked. They are going to tweak this offense, and they're rebuilding this defense. And what they've done so far, just pay attention to what they've done. They have rebuilt this defensive line. I'm telling y'all right now, Micah Parsons dreams. Micah Parsons would have dreamed to be on a team like this. Micah Parsons would eat on a team like this. He would eat. Look at your defensive line. Quinnen Williams, Otito Ogbonnia, Kenny Clark. Look at your linebackers. I mean, you got a plethora of linebackers now. Rashawn Gary, Demarion Overshown, D. Winters, Donovan Ezeraku. But this is where we ought to be excited. Jayshawn Barham, and Malachi Lawrence. I mean, the Cowboys got exponentially better. Cornerback, Deron Bland, Devin Moore. I'm not going to count Kalen Carson, Josh Butler, right cornerback, Cobey Durant, Savon Revel Jr. I'm not counting Troy Bridges, Darian Kendrick. I mean, when you look at what the Cowboys have done across the board, and then bringing in Caleb Downs as the nickelback, bringing him in as the nickelback, and looking at some of these other guys, I'm not even worried. The Cowboys have totally revamped. And don't let me forget LT Overton. Don't let me forget. Let me make sure I put some respect.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on this man's name.
Y'all say my name, put some respect on it.
LT Overton is going to do damage for the Cowboys too. The Cowboys got some players. And this is the part where I'm excited. But this isn't the final roster. Post June 1st, there will be players out there. Post June 1st, there will be players out there. And I believe the Cowboys are going to go out there and they're going to kick the tires on quite a few players. We're going to see some more people here in July. We're going to see some people here in July that we don't see right now. The Cowboys are going to continue to get better. And, you know, it all depends on where Deron Bland is. Deron Bland, Devin Moore, Cobey Durant, Savon Revel Jr. Again, I'm not even bringing up Kendrick. Troy Bridges, out of here. Kalen Carson, they don't even need to be on the list. Darian Kendrick. When I think about those cornerbacks, as I'm saying that out loud, if I'm the Cowboys and I really want to tweak that cornerback room, I probably am going to be looking at maybe bringing in one more veteran cornerback. And I'm not just going to bring in anybody like Adoree Jackson. I'm actually going to be looking and saying, okay, who is the next best cornerback I can bring in? If I'm the Cowboys, I might want to bring in another cornerback. But when I look at the linebacker room, I believe D. Winters is going to anchor this thing down. I believe this is going to be a great season for D. Winters. He's going to anchor this thing down. And I still say the Cowboys are going to circle the block one more time on Jordan Brooks before it's all said and done. They're going to circle the block on Jordan Brooks. This isn't even what the defense is going to be. And it already looks better on paper. And the way these players are connecting with Jordan Brooks, I'm excited about those things. The fact that we have BT Jordan that's going to help these young players learn how to rush the passer in the NFL. I'm excited about those things. And when they get this all down, and I already told you, my litmus test is going to be when the doggone Rams come to Oxnard, California. That's going to be my litmus test. That's my litmus test. When the Rams come to Oxnard, California, show me. Because I like how everything looks on paper. Now you got to show me. I'm excited on the offense. I'm glad we still got George Pickens. I want to see Phil Maffa. I'm not as excited about Jaden Blue as I was before, but I'm very excited about Phil Maffa. Still somewhat excited about Jaden Blue if he can get his attitude together. Not going to forget about this guy, Israel Abanikanda. Pretty sure I mentioned his name. And then I want to see what Dominique Richardson is. But, and again, Eric Folk, you're right. The bench, the depth is the key. Because we're going to be battling attrition. Yeah, I hope Zion Childress steps up this year. But, yeah, hey, it's bad. This is when we're going to know who we are. When that Jordan Pratt is going to get stupid. Because the Rams going to do the same thing they did last year. Man, Brian shot out and had me rolling. Yeah, we're going to look very vanilla. You know, we're just going to look very vanilla and, very vanilla and very vanilla. We're just going to come out and be very vanilla and be basic and vanilla. We're not going to show a lot of things. Shoot, yeah, you got showed some things. Yeah, you got showed some things. Shoot. Man, you got showed up in that doggone game, man. Shoot. Man, we out here talking about, yeah, man, it was just practice. Shoot, turned out it was reality. Boy, it was reality for us, man. Doggone defense was trash, man. That defense was trash, man. The Rams looked regular season. The Rams looked about as good as they did. They looked about as good as they did against us in doggone Oxnard, California. So I want the Dallas Cowboys to hit the ground running, man. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I said the Cowboys Super Bowl 2026, no later than 2027, and I am sticking with my guns. I believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to be very, very good. And if they get this thing down the way that they're supposed to, we're going to be great. Yeah, boy, I saw that about Ladarius, what's his name? Jerry Sneed or whatever it is. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Israel, oh yeah, AB can play. He was a beast when he played for Pitt. We're going to see. I'm excited. Cowboys got a lot of things, man. They got a lot of things to look forward to. Cowboy fans, let me tell y'all something. Cowboy fans, y'all be careful out there in these Cowboy streets, man. The content right now for what the Cowboys is doing, hey, man, the Cowboys are doing what they're supposed to be doing in the grand scheme of things. Hey, man, y'all be careful in them Cowboy streets. Y'all gonna get ran over. Don't be out there in these Cowboy streets making these frivolous arguments and stuff like that. You take all of that stuff with a grain of salt. In the grand scheme of things, we ought to be proud of the Dallas Cowboys, man. We should be proud of our Dallas Cowboys. They've done a lot of things right. And I think it's yet to be seen, but I think we're gonna realize the Cowboys even did the George Pickens thing right. George is gonna win. George Pickens is gonna win big in the end. He's gonna win big. Y'all watch what I tell you. Let's keep our prayers up for George Pickens. Keep our faith in God. And I'm telling you what God has for George Pickens, he has for George Pickens. George is going to win big. I love what the Cowboys are doing. I believe the Cowboys are going to catch a lot of people off guard. I think the Cowboys are going to be better than what a lot of people think when they come up against them. I think the Cowboys are going to do their thing. Appreciate y'all, man, talking about great show. Man, I did all I could to put together something good for you guys, man. I hope you were encouraged. I hope you enjoyed the truth. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be making some videos here shortly so y'all see some things that we talked about in the live stream. You're going to see some more of that stuff. I'm going to be releasing some individual videos. But, man, I appreciate y'all. Best chat on YouTube. Until the next time, TC for real. God bless. Let's talk Cowboys. We talk facts. Peace.